Oh, yeah. Is it Tuesday already? Wow. We have episode 5 of The Acolyte coming in just 7 hours. And we're finally going to get the answer to the question, who is under that mask? Also, Ben Mendelsohn is back in Star Wars in Andor Season 2 as Orson Krennic. What? We're going to dive into all of it, but what's up, everybody? We got we got a crazy stream today, as we got to talk about, of course, episode 5 of The Acolyte, where we're going to see this massive fight in the forest between these 8 Jedi and Darth Zipperface. But we're also going to finally figure out who is under that mask. Is it Chimera? Is it Mother Anisea? Is it Mother Coral? Is it Master Indara? Who might it be? And not only that, Ben Mendelsohn, the Ben Mendelsohn, is coming back to Star Wars to the role of Krennic in Andor Season 2. We got a lot to get into, but let's say hi to everybody in the chat. What's up, chat? How we doing on this fine Tuesday afternoon? Let's say hi to everybody. Jedi Geek, what's up? Fearless, how we doing? Mando United, what is up? Zap in the house. Chris, what's up? UV Clips, how we doing? Avalon, what's up? Brandon, how we doing? Master Beckham, what's up? Dominic, how we doing? Ryan Burke, what's up? Hebe King, how we doing? Joseph, what's up? Dr. Hemlock's in the house. Dr. Hemlock, I thought you died. Starship 66, Brady, Fire Bliss. Did I get everybody? Tick Base Place? What? Oh, Tick's Base Place? What's up? Jay, how we doing? Rose, all right, if I missed you, I apologize. Just yell at me in the chat. You know the deal. Galaxy Love, what's up? Okay, let's just say hello there to everybody at the same time. Why not?
Hello there.
Okay, guys, I'm going to shoot it to you straight, okay? I just got home, just took a shower. That's why my hair's wet. And I'm hungry as balls. Are balls hungry? I don't know, but I'm hungry. So I got this plate full of sun chips in front of me. And if every once in a while you hear this, that's me. So let's talk about The Acolyte, okay? Okay, let's talk about The Acolyte. Episode 5. Throw your craziest predictions. What do you think is going down? Is this the 25-minute fight sequence that's better than Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul in The Phantom Menace? Is that what we're going to see tonight? Is that really what we've come here to talk about today? A 25-minute lightsaber duel in the forest between 8 Jedi and this mysterious, possibly Sith Lord? We got a lot to talk about. But I want to start up a poll right away. So if you haven't liked this stream, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Go like this stream immediately. But that's what that poll said. So go smash a like on the stream. But let's pull this up. Who do you think is under the mask? Your options are going to be this. Chimera, who I think it is. But Chimera... You're also going to have Mother Coral, which seems to be a fan favorite option. Mother Coral, Master Indara, which for some random reason is a fan favorite. I really don't know. I don't get the whole Master Indara one. Maybe because Carrie-Anne Moss is just such a good actress. I really don't know. I don't get it. But for some reason, fans like the Master Indara one. And then the final option, because I only get 4 options, is going to be Other. So those are your 4 options, I guess. 3.5. So who do you think is under that mask? Is it Chimera? Is it Chimera? It's Chimera, guys. Come on, right? And I already see people talking about the leaks and all this stuff. I understand. I've seen the photo. I've seen the photo with my own 2 eyes. And it's hard to deny the truth. But leaks have been wrong in the past. Even photos that have been leaked have been wrong in the past. And nowadays, with all this technology that we have going on in the universe, things can be altered. Now, personally, I don't think it's altered, but you have to take it with a giant grain of salt. Even if you've seen the leaked image, you have to take it with a giant grain of salt because it might not be the truth. Indeed. Darth Quagmire? Quagmire? Oh, wait, what? Darth Quagmire. I see a lot of people dying in this episode. Okay, let's talk about that. So... we got 8 Jedi going up against this mysterious Sith Lord, Darth Zipperface, in the forest. 8. 3 of them being main characters in the show, Master Soul, Yord, and Jeki. But the other 5 and one is not Plo Koon, but it is another Jedi, Keldor. The other 5 are just random Jedi that they picked up on Coruscant to come on this mission with them. Just random. Are all 5 of those Jedi going to die? And is Sol going to die? Is Jeki going to die? Is Yord going to die in tonight's episode? This is episode 5 of 8. So we have 3 more episodes to follow this one. But none of these characters, even the main ones like Master Sol, have any sort of anchor to keep them alive. There's nothing that happens after this that they appear in. Like, for example, if you were to put in Princess Leia in Star Wars Rebels, which they did, you can't kill off Princess Leia. Simple as that. Because she's in the original trilogy. None of these characters have that, except for Ki-Adi-Mundi, technically, who was in the last episode. But none of these characters have that. They don't have any connection to any future projects. So could they all die? What do we think? Ian says, Mike, can't wait to see Jedi die. Maybe it's Mike under the mask. Oh, maybe. Brady says, Sol won't die. There's more scenes of him in the trailer that weren't in the episodes. I don't think so. I think all of the scenes throughout the trailers, other than this fight in the forest, have been seen already. We know from the trailers, you guys keep saying that. What scenes is Sol in that haven't been seen in the trailer yet? Should we go watch the trailers again? Or just one of them at least? Let's go rewatch the original trailer for this show and see what we haven't seen yet. Let's do that. Oops, that's loud. Let's watch this. Let's watch this.
Last night, a Jedi was murdered.
The Jedi justify their galactic dominance.
Hang on, I wasn't paying attention. Go back.
Jedi was murdered.
We've seen that.
The Jedi
Seen that.
justify their galactic dominance in the name of peace. But that peace...
If you see a scene we haven't seen yet, just yell at me in the chat. And this was one of them, actually. This looks like, I think, Master Sol climbing the outside of the witch's fortress from Brendok. So this is most likely a flashback. So that's probably just a flashback of Sol, the young version of Sol.
But that peace is a lie.
Jedi are being hunted.
Seen that. Could this be Sol dead on the ground here? It's somebody dead on the ground there. And a lightsaber that's cut in half. This fight in the forest, I'm not even going to understate it. It might be, like, insane. Like, absolutely insane. You got lightsabers being cut in half right here. You got the fights that you've already seen from the trailers, brief snippets of Jeki one-on-one versus Zipperface, Sol one-on-one versus Zipperface. And you guys can't look me in the eye and tell me that Jeki, a Padawan learner, or I guess a Padawan learner, fighting one-on-one versus this crazy Sith Lord that literally just went boop and flicked Osha flying. And just went like this, and all 8 Jedi went flying. You can't tell me that guy isn't probably gonna kill Jeki. Let's go back to the trailer.
She was my student. I trained her. Let me be the one to bring her in.
Seen it.
I sense this is only a small part of a larger plan.
Seen it.
Some sort of shift.
That scene we have not seen. This we have not seen, meaning we're going back to this planet, but we knew that in the first place. And if Chimere is Darth Zipperface, the only way he's getting off of Kofar is in this ship. So I actually think that, well, first they'll have to swim over to the mainland. That's a little weird. Why would you park your ship over there if you have to swim? I don't know. But it's most likely that Zipperface is probably going to capture Osha. We'll get to that in a second. But he's probably going to capture Osha, maybe May too, and bring them back to this Octu looking planet.
Some sort of shift.
Isn't that strange, though? They have to, like, boat over because they parked all the way over there? Seems a little dumb, if you ask me.
Some sort of shift to tip the scales.
Now, this sequence we haven't seen yet. This has been seen in a lot of the other trailers too. Flying through this sort of ice, I don't even know. It looks like ice or glass or something in space. And there's a big ship and a smaller ship. We haven't seen that yet. I don't know what that's all about.
It's time to face the past.
That we haven't seen yet. This is probably going to be in the next order of flashbacks where we're going to see Indara and Sol and what really happened all these years ago on Brendok.
Destiny is not decided for you by an anonymous force. If you want to pull the thread and change it.
We haven't seen that.
If you want to pull the thread.
Is that May or Osha? Looks more like May, I guess.
Thread.
Interesting. She's got binders on. See that?
Pull the thread.
See that? Handcuffs in Star Wars called binders. She's got those on right there. And this is May. This is not Osha, obviously. But why is she holding a dagger up to Jackie's neck? I'm confused. Did episode 4 not end with her having a change of heart? Did May not want to just turn herself into the Jedi like 2 seconds ago? We haven't seen this yet. What's going on here? If Jackie dies, that's it. I'll be done. Oh no. I don't know. This is weird because May was like going to turn herself into the Jedi at the end of the last episode, right? That's what she was going to do, and then she ran in on Kelnaka, who was already dead, and then in walks Zipperface. This is a weird scene, honestly. This is kind of strange. Why is she holding a knife up to Jackie's neck? And she's in binders, meaning the Jedi probably take her in. Evil Jackie? No, no, I don't think so. No, 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 no. No. Mike, the trailer with Sol, you may hold my lightsaber, but you are no Jedi. And I sense a lot of dark in you. And what are you? Yeah, but those are all, like the what are you, I sense a lot of darkness in you. Those are all from this fight in the forest, which we're going to see tonight. I'm saying, how is he going to survive this fight? Well, honestly, this kind of confirms that Jackie is going to survive the fight. I honestly don't know how this fight's going down. Let's be honest. I don't know how this fight is going down. I don't. At all. Because we see some scenes where it looks like it's daytime with Venestra Rowe on the planet. And then we see some scenes like this. But if the Jedi have already put May in binders, then wouldn't the fight between them and Zipperface already be over? Wouldn't they have already dealt with him? Or maybe Zipperface isn't there to fight. Maybe he just pushes all the Jedi and runs with Osha. That would be like the biggest letdown ever if there's no fight in this forest. But we do know there's a fight in the forest. I lied because we see the one-on-one from Jackie and the one-on-one from Sol. But how's this fight going to go? It looks like the Jedi are going to win, or at least survive. At least Jackie is from this shot, and they're going to put May in binders and try to bring her in. But May is voluntarily turning herself in. So why is she putting a knife up to Jackie's head? I'm confused. I guess I got confused. But this is one of very few scenes from this first trailer that haven't been seen yet. Are we sure that Kelnaka is dead? Yes. I'm going to say with 99.9999999% sure. Kelnaka is definitely dead. His body was still steaming. He's definitely a goner for sure. But you'll be getting more of our boy Kelnaka in the flashbacks. Yeah. A diversion. I don't know if it'll, like, why would May be a diversion? You think May was just trying to play with Chimere? Is that what you're saying? So there's some, if you rewatch episode 4, in the conversations between May and Chimere, there's a lot of weirdness going on there. May's always looking at him like he's up to no good, because I think she's putting the pieces together that Chimere might be somebody that she shouldn't trust. And that's when she puts him in a trap. She doesn't have to put him in a trap. She really didn't have to do that, to just go turn herself into the Jedi. If she didn't think the Chimere was a threat, if he was just an old smuggler, now tradesman, like, he doesn't seem to be a threat. But May had to trap him in order for her to get to the Jedi by herself. Interesting. So I think May's kind of catching on to the fact that Chimere is not the best guy. And maybe he might be what we don't expect him to be. Now, I bring up this evidence because only people in the Discord, shout out to people in the Discord. If you guys are not yet in the Discord, there's a link in the description below to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars. Go join it. It's completely free, and it's awesome. But somebody noticed this. So in the scene where Kymir and May had just landed on Kofar at the beginning of the episode, episode 4, at the beginning of the episode, when they're having this conversation about how Kymir's like, no bounty hunter would go into this forest. They wouldn't make it out alive, but I did because I'm awesome. And then May's like, there's no way you went in there. He's like, yeah, watch me. And then they walk off into the forest. In that scene, Kymir's putting stuff into his bag. And if you look closely, which somebody did, shout out to whoever it was. I forget. I already clicked on the video. But we see this. Now, it's very grainy because it was zoomed in, but it still shows the story. Oops. Did you see it? It's like the guy from Incredibles. Guilty! Right there! 1 second there was attack on the table, and then it was on my seat. Coincidence? I think not. Watch closely. What the hell is he holding? Seems about the right size. Takes a long look at it. A whole 4 seconds they focused on this. 4 seconds. May is at the forefront of this scene. Kymir's in the background, putting stuff into his bag. A flashlight. Oh, you guys are the worst. No. Chat, calm down. No. It's a lightsaber. I mean, it might not be a lightsaber, but it's either a giant ass flashlight or it's the frickin' lightsaber that he's holding at the end of the episode because he is under the frickin' mask. It's a lightsaber. It's the same size, same everything. And if you look, I mean, it's hard to tell because it's like so far away and grainy. But there's certain sort of frames here. Not there. When he picks it back up. It's very hard to tell. But I mean, what else could it be? What else could it be? The fact that he flipped it upside down. It is weird that he looked at it like that. I mean, it's clear that they were trying to just show us this. You guys suck. Just kidding. I appreciate you all. But just the people in the chat who are messing with me. But this is clearly a lightsaber. To me, I mean, does anybody think it's not? Let's watch it one more time. So they're just throwing it in our face. Like, boom, right there. You guys must have missed it, but this is clear that Kymir is putting a lightsaber into his bag. And he is Darth Zipperface. What do we think? Anybody? But then he picks up one more thing out of this box, or whatever this thing on the ground is. And I'm gonna assume that this is a compass, because when he looks down, he looks right back up and he looks around. Like, where am I kind of deal. Or, maybe. Maybe he's just looking at the sun and where it is. How long they have or something. I don't know. He looks all around. Strange. But he picks up a lightsaber and then he picks up something random else in this weird box thing on the ground. I don't know. But this clearly, to me, and tell me if you think I'm wrong in the chat, that's a lightsaber. It's the same lightsaber that Darth Zipperface, a.k.a. Kymir, pulls out at the end of the episode. I don't know, they're making it too obvious to be Kymir. But, guys, it's not that it's too obvious, it just is. It's not that it could be, it's not that it will be, it just is. The big reveal of who's under this mask, I think might have gotten too hyped up. And has this happened before? Has this happened before, chat? No, never! Marok. The clone assassin in the Bad Batch Season 3. It's happened over and over and over again with Star Wars, where we as fans love to dissect everything, and we love to speculate about everything, and we have so much time on our hands for some reason to speculate about all this Star Wars stuff, and whenever there's a character with a mask on, we go, oh shit, who's under that mask? And when it came to this Darth Zipperface character, we were like, okay, like who, like, we don't know who it could be. We don't know any of the characters in this show. But as episode went on, theories became going crazy. We had Master Indara under the mask. We had Mother Coral under the mask. We had Mother Anisea under the mask. And we had Chimere under the mask. Some people even thought it could have been Torben under the mask, which is just crazy. Or even more insane theories of a twin of Master Soul, a twin of whomever, like twins on twins on twins. I think it might just be a simple answer. At the end of the day, it's Chimere. If you go back and watch the first 4 episodes of this series, Chimere's only in 2 of them. Episode 2 and episode 4. And in those 2 episodes, he's very suspicious the entire time. He's this goofball. As soon as you meet him, he's drunk and asleep on a couch. He wakes up, makes this poison for May, and then it's like, boom, gone, whatever. And he's like kind of this goofy little whatever dude. Then he comes to this planet, and piece by piece by piece, you kind of like, wait, he's the one who found Kelnaka? He's going into this forest that even bounty hunters won't go inside of? Like, who is this guy? And I think if you take away the whole us being crazy Star Wars fans and trying to literally just dissect every frame of this show, I think the obvious answer, yet not so obvious, is Chimere. And I don't think it's going to be this massive revelation of, oh shit, it's Chimere. No, that's just not what's going to happen. I think it's more likely, or I guess more surprising, what Chimere is up to, what his plan is, what his end goal is, really, because he didn't kill Osha when he could have. He flicks her off to the side. He was training May for a reason and allowing her to go kill these Jedi. There's just something very off about the character of Chimere, and I don't think just him being explained to be Darth Zipperface is the answer to all the questions. And that's what intrigues me. It's not that it's too obvious, because it kind of is. At least to us, as us hardcore Star Wars fans, it's obvious. Maybe to a normie fan, if there's any in the chat, I appreciate you. But tell me, if you're a normie fan of Star Wars and you're just watching to watch, maybe to a normie fan, it'll be like, whoa, what? Really? That character is under that mask? What? 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 What?
This is where the fun begins.
Okay, so where was I? By the way, 190 current people at the same time is the record from last stream. I forgot to tell you guys, but it is. So if we break it, please tell me in the chat. Regardless, going back to my point, this is our masked Sith Lord, in parentheses, I say. This is him putting a lightsaber in his bag and then putting something else in his bag. And if it's not, then what the hell is this? What the hell is this? It's just too much evidence, honestly. All signs point to Chimere. All signs. And maybe I'm wrong. Please tell me in the chat if you think I'm wrong. With over 125 votes on this poll, 69% of you, nice, think it's Chimere. Oh wait, now it's down to 66. Dude, it's dropping. But that is by far the majority. By far. By far. Let's see what you guys talk about in the chat. It's a saber and the helmet. Well, it doesn't look like he put the helmet in there, at least from what we saw. And he's doing it right in front of May's face. Like, he just pulled out a lightsaber, looked at it for like 10 seconds. He was like, whoa, look at this thing. Right in front of May's face, and then puts it in his bag. So now I'm just starting to think that May's just stupid and didn't notice this, as we all noticed it from afar. You know? Mandalorian Legion says, are you ready for some Jedi slaughtering? I've never been so ready. Yeah. The lightsaber, which was used to cut him down from the trap. Okay, let's talk about that. How? If Chimere is Zipperface, and even if you don't think so, just play along for a second. If Chimere is Darth Zipperface, if he is under that mask, how did he go from being tied up in a tree to murdering Kelnaka, changing his outfit, going back up into the forest, and floating down for his grand entrance? How? How would he have been able to do all that? Chimere's not the master? Then who is? I don't think Kymir is the master. He's the master in reference to what May is calling the master, but he's the apprentice of the current Sith Lord, which is probably going to be Plagueis. But we'll see. How did he cut himself down and beat May to Kelnaka with enough time to kill Kelnaka, change his outfit, and go up into a tree? What do we think? I think an all-powerful can do that, but are we talking like force speed here? Like what's going on? How is he going to do that? All right, David brings up a good point. He could have killed Kelnaka when he was separated from May. There's this weird scene in the last episode, very strange, where May's like, I gotta stop. I gots to stop. And Kymir says, okay, I'll go get some water. But he says it's 10 minutes south from here. And it's cut together in a way where it seems like at least a decent chunk of time has passed. But is it 20 minutes? If Kymir was to go kill Kelnaka and come back before May screams and sets the trap, is that 20 minutes? Is 20 minutes gone by? Kymir goes to get water. May sets up a trap. Does it take her 20 minutes to do that? And how does Kymir kill Kelnaka? That brings up another question. How does Kymir kill Kelnaka? Kelnaka's body is still steaming by the time that May gets there, so he got killed shortly before she arrived. And Kelnaka doesn't look like he put up a fight at all. A lot of fans are complaining that Kelnaka was just a waste because he's a Wookiee Jedi, and we want to see Wookiee Jedis in action. Look at Gungi or Gungi, whatever you want to call him, in The Bad Batch or in the Clone Wars as well. Everybody loves a Wookiee Jedi. We didn't get to see this Wookiee Jedi in action, and a lot of fans were upset about that. But what's more interesting to me, because we will see Kelnaka in action in the flashbacks, what's more interesting to me is Kelnaka's seat posture, I guess? Sitting stance when he's sitting in that chair. It looks like he didn't fight back at all. His house isn't like a mess or anything, or his swamp or his Shrek swamp, whatever. It's not a mess. He didn't really fight back, meaning he recognized his killer, or he was surprised by his killer, whatever. If he recognized him, then how could it be Kymir? That's the biggest question. Now, to that I say, Kymir's already been here. He's the one who found Kelnaka in the first place, and he could have met him. And he could have had a conversation with him. And that's why Kelnaka would have recognized him and not expected him to kill him. But my question to you, smoked himself? There is a possibility that Kelnaka kills himself. Now, it's less likely because he has a giant gash across his front, but it could be possible that when Kymir goes to kill Kelnaka, he just says, okay. And you might be saying, Mike, why the hell would he do that? We already saw Torben do that in episode 2. May comes to him with a poison, and he drinks it willingly and apologizes for what he did. Kelnaka has been missing from the Jedi for, a year? Did they say a year? Something like that? How long was Kelnaka missing? In the last episode, Kelnaka was put on Kofar as an outpost, as a Jedi. But the Jedi haven't heard from him in, was it a year? Somebody in the chat help me out. Was it a year? A month or a year or something? Was it a year? Something like that? You guys are just putting 200s in. I appreciate it, but I think it was a year. And while he was in the forest, he ran away from the Jedi. It was a year? Okay, thanks. While he was in the forest, he ran away from the Jedi, probably for the same reason that Torben is in this meditation for 10 years, not talking to anybody. They feel very, very guilty for what happened all those years ago on Brendog. And Kelnaka might be along the same circumstances as Torben, where he might have just willingly died or killed himself or something along those lines. So, I don't know. The whole timeline doesn't really make sense unless Kymir has some sort of force speed. We don't know the true power of this masked creature, as he easily just flung Osha to the side and force pushed 8 Jedi back. Now, Muslim Revert in the chat says Force magic. Let's talk about that. We saw a whole group, a family, whatever you want to call them, of witches in episode 3. They all died, at least as far as we know, but they were very powerful with the Force or the thread. And we've seen witches in Star Wars. We've seen them from the Night Sisters of Dathomir to the Mountain Clan of Dathomir to the Peridians, I guess. Sure. In Ahsoka, we've seen a bunch of different witches, and they're all extremely powerful. The ability to bring people back to life is insane. But we've also seen the Mountain Clan mother use teleportation in Tales of the Empire. We've seen some crazy stuff. Could this be some sort of witch magic? If it isn't Chimere, if you think it is Mother Anisea, Mother Coral or something, is that what you think's going on here? Is that why she's so much more powerful than all these 8 Jedi? What do we think? The witches practice Force pushing. That is true. It's a little on the nose. A lot of fans think it could be Mother Anisea because of episode 3, where she's teaching the girls, the twins, the Force push. But what's more interesting to me is how she does it. In episode 3, Mother Anisea does some sort of thing with both her hands where she's going like this to Force push. And this guy just kind of pulls out his hand and he's like, boom, you're gone. So maybe it's a little bit different. Maybe it's the same. I don't know. It would be crazy because so many people think at this point that it is Chimere if it wasn't. If it wasn't Chimere, that would be like the craziest twist ever. I don't think that's going to happen, but it would be insane. Jedi Geek says, what if the creepy Sith is just magic like Marok? You're telling me that you think this Darth Zipperface will die in the forest and turn into green smoke? I'd punch my TV. I might actually punch my TV. No. That can't happen. That cannot happen. Yeah. Kid Francisco says, it can't be a lightsaber. Why can't it be a lightsaber? That's my question to you. Star Wars Santa says, I predict that we will get Darth Zipperface's identity revealed tonight. I agree with that. Ian says, okay, Disney has to stop Marocking us. I agree, but it's only happened twice. We just really hated it when it happened. Yeah. But what if it's purple smoke? Okay, then I'd be okay with that. I'd probably punch my other TV. Yeah. Melvin thinks the Sith Lord is Mace Windu. Well, Melvin, if you're watching, and we know that you are, you're wrong. Mace Windu is not even born for quite a long time, and if you say Kiadi Mundi, I'm going to punch my TV. Yeah. Chimere is Tenebris? No, I don't think so. Tenebris is a Bith in Legends. Obviously, they could change his species, whatever, but I think they'll keep it the same. But Tenebris could be the master at this time. Now, it's either Tenebris or it's Plagueis, or it's probably nobody. But that brings me to my next point. If this is Chimere under the mask, is he a Sith? Is he the apprentice to Tenebris or Plagueis at this time? Or is it just some guy who found a red lightsaber, trained in the ways of maybe the witches or whomever, and now he's just fighting against the Jedi for some reason? Does he have an alternative motive? Or is he actually a Sith Lord? Because him being a Sith, being identified as a Sith Lord, changes so much when it comes to this Acolyte show. Just because somebody has a red lightsaber doesn't necessarily make him a Sith. So my question to you is, do you think that this masked creature in the forest is a Sith Lord? Let's pull this up. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. He's wearing the bracelet that the creepy Sith is also wearing? Really? I didn't see that. A Dark Apprentice would never be without a lightsaber? I don't know about that. I wouldn't say never. Never say never. Okay, let's pull this up. Do you think all right, we'll just go Darth Zipperface. We'll just go Zipper Face because Darth might throw people off. Zipper Face, do you think Zipper Face is a Sith Lord? Yes or no? Necessary? Yeah, necessary. What about it? You don't like celery? Mike? We got so many Mikes in the chat. Shout out to people with the name Mike. It's a great name. It's a great name. All right, is Darth Zipperface a Sith Lord? Yes or no? Yes or no? Hater Nation in the chat. What's up, Hater Nation? Sith Apprentice more likely? Okay. But Sith Lord is a Sith Apprentice. Guys, Darth Vader was a Sith Lord. Darth Maul was a Sith Lord. Count Dooku was a Sith Lord. Sith Lord means Sith Apprentice as well. So it's the same thing. Yeah. Wow. Right off the bat, 65%. Oh, it's going down to 61. 61% of you are saying no. This is not a Sith Lord. Why? Why? As I eat a chip, answer the question. Why? And what are our thoughts on sun chips? Huh, chat? Sun chips, yay or nay? Yay or nay? Sun chips? Yes, no, maybe. Maybe. Did you hear that Dave Filoni stated that we were going to be getting a R-rated movie or show? No, he didn't say that. He did, however, say that, because he was asked about if there would ever be a rated R Star Wars movie or show, and he said he wasn't opposed to it. He said it would have to be really, really good story. That's what he said. So he didn't say that they were going to be making one. He more so just said that it's a possibility. Yeah. It's a Sith Lord, and he's the Sith Apprentice. Okay. Now, that brings me to my next question. Who is he the apprentice of? Plagueis or Tenebrous? Now, the timeline is at a weird spot here because both characters are technically... Tenebrous, I guess, is still kind of Legends. Plagueis is mentioned in canon. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? He's mentioned in Star Wars canon. However, all of his backstory is not yet canon. It's all still Legends for now. So, with that being said, we don't know 100 years before the prequel trilogy, we don't know who's the current Sith Lord, or Master, I should say, the Sith Master. Is it Tenebrous or is it Plagueis? Who do you think, chat? Rated R Old Republic would be so awesome, I must say. It would be insane. That'd be awesome. Yay on the sun chips. Oh, we got yays in the chat. Ooh, people liking sun chips. Nice. Sun chips are underrated. Garden salsa. Garden salsa's the best, I must say. My name's Mike too. No way. Is everybody in the chat just named Mike? What the hell? What the hell? Chimere is too powerful to be the apprentice. He just force-pushed 8 Jedi. I think Chimere might be the master to Tenebrous. Whoa. So you're saying he might be the master to who could be Tenebrous. But where's Tenebrous? I don't think he's the master. I don't think this character that we're meeting in the forest is the master. We've seen very powerful apprentices. Darth Vader? Darth Vader? He's pretty damn powerful. He's an apprentice. He never gets the rank of master in the Sith Order. So, and that's pretty sad, honestly. Think about that. Anakin Skywalker, the guy who never got the rank of master in the Jedi Order, never even got the rank of master in the Sith Order. He died an apprentice forever. That's pretty funny. But he's a very powerful apprentice. Very, very powerful apprentice. So is Darth Maul. So is Count Dooku even. Like, just because this character in the Force might be an apprentice doesn't make him all that less powerful. You know? Plagueis the Wise wouldn't expose himself so easily. I agree, Ewok, and I don't think he will. I think we could, if it is Plagueis, I think we could see him in this show, but it wouldn't be towards the end, wouldn't be until the end, and it wouldn't be in front of the Jedi either. So the Jedi wouldn't know that he exists, but us as the audience might be able to see him. Yeah. There is a lick on the face under the mask. What does that even mean? A lick? What? What if he is Sith Commoner? I don't know who that is. Commoner? I have no clue. What does a lick on his face mean? I don't know what that means. If he isn't, he's too powerful of an acolyte. No, I don't think he's an acolyte. I definitely don't think he's an acolyte. The acolyte is referring to May. But is he the apprentice? Is he a Sith Lord at all? Still 61% of you say he's not even a Sith. He's not even a Sith. Which is interesting, because then what the hell is he? How is he so powerful if he's not a Sith Lord? What do we think? I feel like it has to have something to do with what happened on Brendok 16 years ago. I feel like this character must have some connection to that event because he's willingly allowing May to go hunt down these Jedi. Interesting. Thanks, Darth Scipio. Scipio? I appreciate it. I do think it could possibly be a woman under the mask. Okay, I have been calling him a he this entire time, but that's just because I think it is Chimere, as the majority of you did agree with me. But it is a possibility that it could be a female under the mask. I mean, the amount of power that this character has could leave it up to interpretation that it could be one of the witches. If Mother Anisea somehow survived, even though we saw her dead body on the floor, or Mother Coral survived, then it could be one of them. That is true. In the helmet, I feel like it's big enough to fit her horns in, but I don't know. Maul was an acolyte outside the rule of two. That's true. At the beginning of The Phantom Menace, Maul starts off as an acolyte because Plagueis is technically still alive. But by the end of the movie, Plagueis has died during the events of the movie, and Maul just happens to become an apprentice. Do you think they threw a celebratory party in between him becoming an apprentice and getting chopped in half by Obi-Wan? I doubt it. Yeah. Leslie Headland called Zipperface a he. I have seen that. I have seen that in interviews, so that's kind of probably what I've based it off of too. That's really annoying. I can seriously stop, but I'm just so damn hungry. Cheddar sun chips, those are good too. May and Osha could be a misdirection. I don't think so. I think this is all going to come back to May and Osha being the whole key to this story. That's why it's called the Acolyte. But what's interesting to me is that Master Zipperface, whatever, what's his face, just pushes Osha off to the side. Doesn't kill her. He clearly has the chance to kill her. He just killed Kalnaka in the house moments before. So he's already killed somebody. But he has the chance to kill Osha, and he doesn't. He brings the lightsaber up to her face instead, and then just shifts her off to the side. So him not killing Osha is going to be extremely important, and that brings me to this, which we looked at last stream, but that brings me to this. Hang on. That brings me to, is it this trailer? This trailer.
Star Wars returns.
Star Wars returns. Okay. Right about here. That's Osha. May has the longer hair. May's wearing a different outfit. This is Osha. So Osha's holding the same lightsaber that Darth Zipperface is holding in the forest. But yet she's on some rocky planet, which is not Kofar, and she's holding this lightsaber. And for some weird reason, there's folded clothes here too. Like, what is going on in this scene? It's very weird. So my prediction here is that Chimere, or Darth Zipperface, whomever it may be, is going to take Osha and take her to maybe Octu, if this is truly Octu, whatever planet this is, going to take her there, and then we're going to learn a lot about Osha. Because so far, Osha's been this hero. She's been sort of like this feel-good character. You get introduced to her. She's literally an astromech droid, working as an astromech droid. She's left the Jedi Order. She's like all happy all the time. But in episode 4, you kind of get this other side of Osha, where you're learning that she doesn't want to kill May, but she knows that it has to be done. And then she's talking about, or actually convincing Yord to do so for her. But she wants to rejoin the Jedi, as you can tell. And when Sol almost offered it to her, she said, yes, please. But what's weird is, why didn't Zipperface kill her? And why is she here? What is the purpose of this? Watch Fight Club ending? I've not seen Fight Club in a very long time, so I don't remember how it ends, but I do know that Leslie Headland did say that this is going to, it has something to do with Fight Club. Yeah. That doesn't look like Octo 2 either. This specific scene doesn't really, but it's more so the environment around her, just the rockiness of it, because in other scenes in trailers, we see this planet that looks like Octo 2, and it was at the end of episode 1 of this series, and it was the only planet so far that hasn't been given a name. Like, coincidence? Come on. Actually, I saw today that originally, in the original draft of this show, Kelnaka was supposed to be on an outpost on Kashyyyk, the Wookiee home world, which would have been a little bit cooler. But the reason that they actually took that out and changed it to Kofar is because they wanted to expand the Star Wars universe even more. We see this all the time with new Star Wars movies and shows. They go to new planets all the time. And you're like, oh my God, another new planet? But that's kind of cool because it's a galaxy far, far away. And as we know, a galaxy has an pretty much an infinite amount of planets. Easy for me to say. And getting to see all these planets is obviously really cool. But that's something that the original Star Wars movies did. We haven't seen Hoth since Empire. We just haven't. We've gone back to some planets like Tatooine, or we've never gone back to Andor, I guess. We've gone to Endor's system in Rise of Skywalker. We didn't go back to Andor. We've gone back to Tatooine. We've gone back to Naboo a little bit. But even since the prequels, we haven't. So there's a lot of planets that they just like to keep expanding the galaxy. Umor Desert. This isn't a desert planet. It's more of a rocky planet, I think. But yeah. So this scene in particular is very strange. Osha holding the red lightsaber that was once held by this Darth Zipperface character. It's very strange. Very, very strange, and I don't have the answers. If I'm being completely honest, I don't have the answers. Team Yord? Is that like a thing? Are we Team Yord? Is that something? I'm gonna be against Team Yord. Gonna have to say. Who's the other team if it's not Yord? I'm on that team. Yeah, I'm on that team. It's possible Yord dies tonight. It's possible Yord dies tonight. That'd be insane. But yeah. Yord Horde. Yeah. Okay, where was I? Let's actually switch gears a little bit here because I want to talk about this Ben Mendelsohn thing before I forget, and it's at the top of my mind. So let's talk about Ben Mendelsohn coming back to Andor, and then we'll switch our gears back to Acolyte, of course, because it's a big episode coming up. But let's talk about Ben Mendelsohn coming back to play Krennic in Andor Season 2. Now, Andor Season 2, I know a lot of fans are extremely excited for. Andor, can I get some... Let me hear some Andor love in the chat. Who's a big Andor fan? Any big Andor fans in the chat? Because Andor, for me, is a very, very good show. I'd say it's top 3 or 4 when it comes to Disney Plus live-action shows. I think I have Mando and Ahsoka over it, but it's probably third. It's definitely... It's probably third, and it is very high on my list. I think Season 2 is going to make it a lot better. I think Season 2 is going to have a lot more connectivity to not only the original trilogy, but just other Star Wars projects in general. Maybe get to see some other familiar faces, maybe from Star Wars Rebels, maybe from some other projects. But Season 1 is sort of a story that stands on its own. Cassian, all these new characters like Bix and Luthen, and obviously bringing in Mon Mothma in the Rebellion and just the early days of the Rebellion, in the Empire with Dedra, and of course Cereal eating cereal. Don't get me wrong with that. Cereal eating cereal. But the biggest question was, are we going to see some big names in this second season, like a Darth Vader, like a Krennic, like a Tarkin, like these big-time characters in Star Wars who exist at this time? We've already seen Saw Gerrera, we've already seen Mon Mothma, but we have characters like Bail Organa and Leia and all these characters that could show up for the good guys and the bad guys. But it's been confirmed that Ben Mendelsohn is coming back, and this is what we're looking at here. So this is coming from Star Wars Newsnet, but we're going to read the first official thing from it. According to the playlist, Ben Mendelsohn will be returning as Krennic. Okay, let's read where this came from, because this was a slip-up. This was not supposed to be announced. This was a slip up by one of the directors. So Andor, Ben Mendelsohn, will reprise his Orson Krennic role in Season 2. Earlier this year, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and Andor's fans received some unfortunate news. Ben Mendelsohn said, or at least suggested, that he would not be returning as Krennic in Tony Gilroy's Andor Season 2. He said that in an interview. As for being contacted by Lucasfilm for a new project, I can tell you that no, I have not been approached for something like this, he said, around the time of the production of the show. But guess what? Actors lie all the frickin' time. And this was just another actor lying like they always do all the frickin' time. However, Diego Luna said this past weekend at ACE Superhero Comic-Con 2024, I don't know what that is, just another Comic-Con, I guess. ACE, what is that? Somebody in the chat help me out. What's ACE stand for? That Andor suggested we might be seeing some familiar Rogue One faces in Andor Season 2. And most people kind of just thought this would probably be like K2SO, who's confirmed to be in Season 2. We know that for a fact. And maybe some other characters who are in the Rogue One movie. We weren't thinking big names like Krennic here. But here's what we got from this accidental spoiler, or accidental leak, I should say. Late last week, we talked with Mexican filmmaker Alonso. I'm not even going to try, guys. Alonso. And Alonso, for his excellent upcoming kitchen drama, Lococus, I don't speak Spanish, sorry, which stars Raul and, sure, that person. And he was talking about this show that he's working on. However, he is directing an episode of Andor. So he revealed, as one of the directors of Season 2, along with these other ones, well, Alonso was paranoid about saying anything about Andor Season 2 given how secretive Lucasfilm is. He did seem to slip up on some details inadvertently. So he was very worried, and he did it by accident. As the director, he said directing episodes of the series was a treat, especially directing heavyweight actors like Stellan Skarsgård, Forrest Whitaker, and Ben Mendelsohn. Little did he know, by the way, Stellan Skarsgård is Luthen. Forrest Whitaker is Saw Gerrera. Little did he know that Ben Mendelsohn was not in Season 1. Nobody knew that he's going to be in Season 2. And he plays Krennic. So, yeah, the guy who's in charge of the Death Star project is confirmed to be in Season 2. That's pretty awesome. That is pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself. And if you don't know who Krennic is, it's this handsome fella right here. Awesome news. I feel like we haven't gotten any news for Andor, so that's really, really cool to hear that this character is coming back. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited, if I do say so myself. Indeed. Oh, Martha, with a very generous $2 holla, says, love Andor. Hope for interesting characters. Yeah, Andor's really cool because Season 1 has a bunch of just new characters that are really, really interesting that you kind of just grow an attachment to, even though some of them are really evil or some of them are really good and they just have bad sides to them, like Cassian Andor. Cassian Andor is not really a hero. And Andor's really good at sort of just showing us that there's not really good and evil. There's no clear line between good and evil. A rebellion is a rebellion. Even though the Empire is technically evil, a rebellion is still a rebellion. And you're going to have people like a Cassian Andor who murder people. And that's kind of what Season 1 was all about. It was him getting dragged into this whole thing, and eventually he ends up murdering people, which is pretty wild. Yeah, cannot agree more. I can't wait for Andor Season 2 because I think it's going to be all the good of Season 1, but even better. So that's why I'm pretty hyped up on that. For sure. On a hype level of 1 to 10, where are we at for Andor Season 2? It's probably not going to come out till like early next year, if we were to guess. Is kind of where I'd guess it would be at. Yeah, probably like, I don't know. I'd say the first quarter of 2025 is where I guess. Yeah. Damn it, this is empty. Can I get some good cuts follow orders in the chat, please? That's some good water, if I do say so myself. 1,000 out of 10? 1,000,000 out of 10? Wow. 4.5 out of 10, okay. a little less excited. 8 out of 10. 1,000 out of 10. Crazy. 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Yeah, I'm pretty high on Andor. I mean, I'm not like 10 out of 10 high, but I am pretty excited. I'm more excited for Ahsoka Season 2. I'm more excited for Andor than I am Skeleton Crew, though. Just because Skeleton Crew, we don't know anything about it. I'm excited. I'll probably put myself around a 7.5. Once I see the first trailer, though, I feel like I'm going to be like, okay, I'm getting excited. But right now, I'll probably put myself at a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah. We got some 9s. 3 out of 10. Damn. 10 out of 10. 7 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Yeah. I'm excited for Ahsoka Season 2, but that probably won't be until 2026 or 2027. No. I think Ahsoka's probably going to be next year, too. I think your live-action series from next year are going to be Andor Season 2 to start the year and Ahsoka to probably end the year. And maybe some animated stuff in between. Yeah. I don't think Ahsoka's going to be that long of a wait. They're already sort of working on it right now. Indeed. Rewatching Ahsoka as we speak. Nice. Ahsoka's so fun to just binge. From start to finish, it's just an insane story. Young Anakin Skywalker is wearing a necklace that the witches appear to be wearing at, and also Mother Cor... What? Young Anakin is wearing a necklace that the witches appear to be wearing? What are you talking about? Is this true? Mother Coral's wearing it, you said? Mother Coral, the Acolyte. What you talking about? What you talking about? That necklace? When does Anakin wear that? You talking about this? Are you talking about this? When does Anakin wear something like that? Maybe Padme wears something like that, but I don't think Anakin. I don't know. Kenobi was better than Ahsoka? I wholeheartedly disagree, but I respect it. Andor is awesome. Rewatching it now. I'm actually going to go rewatch Andor's season 1, 2 pretty soon. Because I got to get refreshed on that. I feel like it's been a while since I watched that all the way through. Andor's peak writing, I agree with that. I think the writing for Andor is really, really good. I just think for me, I think Ahsoka, maybe not at the same level of writing-wise, but the characters I just have so much more care for. Yeah. You know? Okay. With all that being said, Krennic is back for Andor Season 2. Fan-freaking-tastic. But we got more important things at hand right now, and that is the Acolyte Episode 5. So let's switch our gears back to the Acolyte Episode 5 and throw me your craziest predictions for tonight's episode in the chat. Who's going to die? Who's going to survive? Is that planet really Octu? And by the way, let's end this poll and put up a new one because I'm sick and tired of looking at this poll. 58% of you, with over 100 and almost 60 votes, 58% of you think that Zipperface is not a Sith Lord, which is pretty interesting to me. And I understand why. Obviously, it would kind of make things very complicated for the Jedi as we move forward towards the prequel trilogy, where they think that the Sith have been gone for a millennia, as Kiadi-Mundi said so nicely. It is very strange to see how the Jedi are going to come about this. Because if Zipperface is a Sith Lord, which it kind of seems like he's going to be, with the red lightsaber and all, and just the Sith look of him, if he's going to be a Sith Lord, it makes things complicated as we come into the next 3 episodes after this 5th one, the final 3 episodes. Because how are the Jedi going to come face to face with the Sith Lord in the forest and not tell the other Jedi about it? How is that possible? And if they do, does that just mean the Jedi are keeping secrets from each other? And this is how the corruptness of them happens in the prequel trilogy? What do we think? Kenny, I appreciate that. And yes, it is an awesome chat. Okay. Let me scroll back up a little bit here so I can catch some of your chats. Kramer, what's up? Kramer says, I also think he is related to the mother. Wait, who? What? I got to go back to your first message, I guess. Who is? Oh, we have yet to see him, and it seems like Lucasfilm doesn't want us to know he is in it. Okay, wait, what? I got to go back to your first one. Oh, okay, cool. Interesting. I think the skin tone looks darker on the hand and too buff to be Chimere. Really? I've actually heard the opposite, that he's too small to be Chimere. But I'll keep reading. Much like actor David Harwood's skin tone, David's agent revealed that he was cast to play a smaller role, in the Acolyte show. Okay, so this is who he's talking about here. Oh, Jesus! I almost just spilt all my sun chips on the ground. That would have sucked. Harwood is his name. Harwood. So David Harwood was cast to be in this Acolyte show. And if you don't know who that is, it's this guy right here. He's most known, I would say, for his role in Supergirl, the CW show, but you might know him from somewhere else. This is him right here. That's him right there. He was supposedly rumored to be cast in the Acolyte show. Now, obviously, we haven't seen him yet. He's a bigger dude for sure, and obviously his skin color is a lot darker. But when I look at Darth Zipperface, and I look at it very, very closely, I think he's got lighter skin tone, like the skin tone of Kymir, or maybe even lighter than that. So maybe Harwood is another character in this show, a smaller character in this show, but I don't think he's going to be Kymir. No. Sonny with a very generous $5 holla, I appreciate that quite a bit, says, I'm still not over the Bad Batch. Oh, wait, what? Why can't I so many unanswered questions, like what happened to Cody? I need closure. And actually, I was thinking about this the other day, Sonny. Somebody else brought up the Bad Batch. And the Bad Batch was such an awesome time, not only for this channel, but just in general in Star Wars, because the Bad Batch is just beloved by most. I feel like when it comes to animated Star Wars, the people who are watching it are more of like the hardcore fans, and they're not just the people who just sit there and complain all the time. And the Bad Batch Season 3 was spectacular, but you are correct. There's a lot of unanswered questions when you come out of the Bad Batch Season 3, and Cody being one of them. I think they're going to answer those questions. Maybe it's in another series, maybe some Clone Rebellion show, maybe a Hidden Path Jedi show like we've been talking about. I don't think that will be announced until at least August, and why I say August is because D23. D23 is in August for this year, and I think they'll have some Star Wars announcements, and I think maybe the next animated show will be one of those announcements. But I agree with you. We need a lot of answers. We need a lot of answers to questions that weren't answered in that Bad Batch Season 3, and I appreciate it, Sonny. That was very, very generous of you. I appreciate it. Super chats are very, very, very good way to help out the channel, and I appreciate it more than you guys will ever know. But becoming a member is also a great way. And this week on Saturday, I believe, the last stream of the month, we do a giveaway for all members. So if you are not yet a member, become a member. It's only 99 cents, and you get instant access to this week's giveaway. Just had to shout that out. I always forget to talk about that. I'm looking forward to Season 2 of Young Jedi Adventures, LOL. Are you really? Or are you just joking? I haven't seen any Young Jedi Adventures, so I could not tell you. Yeah. Six Shooter says, they better get someone else to write the dialogue for Ahsoka. It was terrible. I could not disagree with you more. I think Ahsoka is some of the best to ever exist. And it's Dave Filoni at his finest. Dave Filoni is the GOAT, who's created almost all the greatest Star Wars content. Some of it, at least. Not all. But he created the Clone Wars, with George Lucas, of course, Star Wars Rebels, The Bad Batch, Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire, and now he's doing live action with Jon Favreau and The Mandalorian, and of course Ahsoka by himself. Indeed. You only watched 4 episodes of Kenobi? The first 4, Kenny, because the next 2 are the best ones of the entire series. You might want to go revisit those last 2 episodes because they're the best ones. Yeah. I think Lucasfilm is going to lose a huge chunk of its Star Wars budget after The Acolyte. No, definitely not. Definitely not. No. I love Ahsoka so much. Can't wait for Season 2. I really hope that Abeloth story is in there. I think they were definitely setting up Abeloth in Season 1, so I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. The Jedi Order says, I agree, but Obi-Wan gets shit on, but it's the best live-action show? I don't know. I disagree with that, but I'm glad you like it. For me, the start of Andor was just really boring. The first 3 episodes are kind of just establishing where we're at, and they are a little bit slower, but It definitely picks up really quickly. God bless the less unfortunate, great name, says, will Jecki or Yord or who will die in episode 5? Will Jecki or Yord? I don't think Jecki will. I think Jecki will survive, and I think Soul will survive. Yord is kind of on the chopping block for me. I don't know. I know a lot of people are Team Yord. I know that for a fact. But I don't know. I could see him dying. I could see Zipperface killing him. I just want to see Zipperface in action, honestly. We got the briefest snippet of him versus Soul, and that's about it. I want to see him in action. If he's really that powerful, as he force pushes Osha to the side like it's nothing, and 8 Jedi like it's nothing, what is he going to be like with a lightsaber? That's kind of my concern. I'm not concerned. I'm very excited to see it. Yeah. Yeah. Maria says, have you noticed that the dark figure in the chant of the witches in the corner? The dark figure in the chant of the witches. Oh, yeah. The hooded people. I think those were just other witches. I don't think there was much going on there, except for the fact that they were just more witches. Yeah. Everyone except Soul and the Sith and Osha. You think everybody in that force is going to die except for Soul? Now, we know that Soul has lied to the Jedi in the past. He lied to them about what happened on Brendok. He lied to them about, or at least didn't really lie. He just didn't tell the truth, as he didn't tell them about May, that she even existed, which is pretty interesting. Actually, all the Jedi there didn't talk about it. That's pretty interesting. Think about that. It's not just Soul. Torben, Kelnaka, Indara all neglected to mention that May existed, and they all knew that they were twins. Interesting. They all together didn't mention that. But I don't think that all these Jedi are going to die. I think Jecki's definitely going to survive. I could see Yord dying, but I would bet against it. I would definitely bet against it. Brian Lynch says Jecki will survive tonight, right? Yes, I think. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I don't want to give you false hope or a false reality. So I'd say everybody's on the chopping block. The Forest Dragon says, do you think that Anakin has become like the Father, and Rey and Ben Solo represent the dark and the light? No. I do think that Anakin has become the Father of the Force. He's taken that role, which he was born to do. That's sort of what the Chosen One prophecies revealed to be in the Clone Wars, in the Mortis arc. But Rey and Kylo, no. To be the Son, to be the dark side, you have to be fully dark side. Think about the Son on the Mortis arc. He's fully dark side his entire life. I think a better option for that would be like Darth Maul. Now, the fully light character, I would argue Ahsoka Tano, just because she's always been light. And guess what? She literally gets the daughter of the light side of the Force, the living embodiment of the light side of the Force, put into her body to keep her alive. So she's the perfect candidate to be the daughter. And I'd say Maul would be a pretty good one for the son too. No? It'd have to be somebody who's evil their entire life. Yeah. The real Zeals, what's up, says, I am the opposite on Ahsoka. Couldn't care less about the characters in that show, and the show gave me no reason to care. I get that. I mean, I don't personally agree, but I do get where you're coming from. If you're not a big Rebels fan either, I mean, seeing those characters in live action, who cares? But I'm a massive Rebels fan, as most of you know, and that was something. That was definitely something to see, for sure. Yord dies shirtless but maintains maximum handsomeness. What?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Okay. Brady says the planet probably is Octu, and I wonder if we'll see more about the Prime Jedi. Huh. I think Octu being in this Acolyte show is what's kind of going to connect it to everything else. It's sort of like, even if this story is about May and Osha specifically and how they sort of tie into all this, and they're going to be the key to this entire story and what really happens in the last 3 episodes, this show needs something to connect to the greater story of Star Wars. how does it affect everything? And not like affect in a big way, like, oh my God, this is the biggest, most important thing to ever happen in Star Wars. I'm not talking about that at all. Because if it was, it would have been brought up in the original trilogy, in the prequel trilogy, and so on and so forth. But it wasn't. So whatever happens in The Acolyte is kind of its own story. However, when you bring in Ahch-To, then things get really interesting. The Jedi didn't know where Ahch-To was. That's why when Luke goes into hiding, he's in hiding, and nobody can find him, because they don't know where Ahch-To is. But the Prime Jedi are the ones who created the Jedi Temple on Ahch-To. And that is very, very important because James Mangold right now is currently writing the Dawn of the Jedi movie. And the Dawn of the Jedi movie is going to most likely see these Prime Jedi create the first Jedi Temple on Ahch-To. Probably see Tython 2 and all that other stuff, but you're going to see Ahch-To. So that's sort of the through line from the beginning of time, 25,000 years before anything, to the Acolyte, to the main Skywalker saga. Yeah. Oh my God. This chat has gone out of control. Did I just read that correctly? Yeah, no. But let me ask you guys. Let's put up a poll. Do you think that planet, and you guys know what planet I'm talking about, in the Acolyte... Acolyte. Oh my God. Acolyte is Ahch-To. I spelled it right that time, I think. Ahch-To. Do you think that planet in the Acolyte is Ahch-To? Let me see. Let me see where you guys are at. Oh, Sonny with a very generous $5 holla again. Oh my God. Says, I would love to see a live action version of the father, son, and the daughter. Bring in Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan. That would be best. But you don't have any son there. You don't have the dark side. Obi-Wan's not the dark side. Neither is Anakin, really. I mean, he's half and half, but that makes him the father. No? So you need a better dark side son to bring balance. But I appreciate it, Sonny. I appreciate it. Yeah. Indeed. By the way, 65% of you right now say yes. You do think it's Ahch-To. And that's pretty wild. That is pretty damn wild, if I do say so myself. I think it is Ahch-To. I mean, why else would they not specify what planet it is when they've... Literally, every planet we've been to so far in this show, from Olega to Coruscant even, and Coruscant's the most recognizable planet ever, to Olega, Coruscant, Kofar, Brendok, what other planets have we been to in this show? All of them have been given a name on the screen. You can see the name on the screen, except for this one, at the end of episode 1, where May goes to meet Darth Zipperface for the first time. And it's not given a name. It looks exactly like Ahch-To. It's just like... come on. I'll show you what... we actually looked at it before, but... This trailer? Whoa, that was loud. This trailer, I think? Yeah, this trailer. Right here. This is the planet I'm talking about. This one. I mean, it looks exactly like Ahch-To. Exactly. Am I right? Or am I right? You hope it is. Okay, let's talk about that too. Because you might be saying it could be Ahch-To, as 70% of you now say it is. But do you want it to be Ahch-To? Is this a good through line that you want to happen? Have the Sith Lord in this show be on Ahch-To? Is that what we want? Is that something you would like to see? What do we think? Let me see if I can find... I think it's... There's so many Acolyte trailers that I can't keep track. But I think it is this one.
Jedi are being murdered.
I didn't do it!
I didn't do it.
Please believe me!
want to know what this is all about. Why is there this big-ass ship chasing this small-ass ship through this ice or glass or whatever this is? Like what is this? Good ships follow orders? That's hilarious. What is going on here? And who is in that ship? And who is in that ship? I don't know. So this is May, as you can tell by the longer hair, not Osha. And she's kind of back on this planet. Now, maybe this is a different planet. There's some guardrail up in front of her. But it looks the same. You got the ocean out there, very rocky. It looks like any planet we've seen in the show so far. It looks like the Octu looking planet the most. So another instance of this, and May is back there. Not Osha that time, which is interesting. When is the next episode getting aired? What time is it? What time is it right now? 3:16. So about 6 hours, a little less than 6 hours. So 5 hours and 45 minutes, something like that. So whatever time zone you're in, it's in 5 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah. Then we got this. This scene, I mean, it's crazy. What is going on here? This is the daytime. The daytime. This is Darth Zipperface's mask on the ground. I think this is Darth Zipperface's legs here too. So he most likely, or she, took off the helmet. He's not dead. His head's not on the ground in the helmet, I don't think. But takes off the helmet. So this, first of all, reveals that we will be learning who's under the mask. But this is the daytime. We just saw the sun set on Kofar at the end of last episode. And the last episode was titled Day. I'm assuming that this episode is going to be titled Night. So is the fight going to last the entire nighttime in this show? Is this going to be like a 8-hour fight sequence? Or does Zipperface win and kill all the Jedi? I mean, I guess, or does his head get chopped off and this is his head on the ground? There's a lot of different options that could be happening here, but this is the daytime. This is the daytime after it just turned night at the end of last episode, which is very, very strange. So either his head's chopped off or he just took off his helmet. What do you guys think? Tell me in the chat. Do you think he took off his helmet or they chopped off his head? I don't know. At one point, I thought that they could have killed off Zipperface in this fight sequence in episode 4 or 5, and then they would have been like, okay, now what? What's this show really about? We honestly don't know what the show's really about. First, it was supposed to be a murder mystery. Episode 1, scene 1, the mystery's solved. It's May. She's murdering the Jedi. Then the mystery kind of becomes what happened on Brendok. We don't really have an explanation to what truly happened on Brendok yet, but we did get in episode 3, from Osha's perspective, what happened on Brendok. Then the question became, who's under the mask? And I think we'll learn that tonight. So after tonight, we have 3 episodes left, and we still don't know what really is the entire purpose of this show. What's the purpose? What's the purpose? What do we think? What's the real reason we're all here? Because from the description of the show before it came out, it was that a former apprentice and a former Padawan or former Jedi and her former apprentice are investigating crimes. We saw that in episode 1 and 2. Now we're into a completely different show. An absolute completely different show at this point. So this scene in particular for me makes almost no sense because it's daytime. It looks like this is Zipperface standing next to his helmet. So does this fight last for that long? Or is something else going on here? What do we think? Oh, we got some super chats in here. Very generous $5 holla goddamn from David. David says, I think the planet of Olega, I think the planet is Olega, not Arc 2, because May meets up with Zipperface on the beach at the end of episode 1. She traveled there to kill Torben after leaving Ueda. Ueda was the first planet at the beginning of the first episode. Interesting. So you think that the Arc 2 looking planet is just Olega, but a different location on Olega? I kind of get what you mean, because Olega to me looked like it was out of Game of Thrones, how it was like on the coast there on a cliff almost. The Wizard Cat, what's up? Interesting. It could technically be because May does go to Olega to kill Torben, and Zipperface or Chimere is on Olega too. I get that. That does kind of make sense. But then why wouldn't they tell us it's Olega? That's kind of what I'm saying. Olega is not specified at the end of episode 1. Why? Why else would it be there? When they show Olega, it was beachy and stony. That's true. It did have a very similar geographical design to it. That is true. But then why did it not tell us the planet's name at the end of the episode? That's the only flaw I have with that theory, but I do appreciate it. I appreciate it quite a bit. And G2 Cody, first ever super chat, says, hello there. My name is Agnes. Okay, I can stop calling you G2 Cody. Agnes, I appreciate it. From Hungary. Ooh, nice. Did you just send in the super chat because I keep telling you that I'm hungry? Hang on, Agnes. Hang on. I'm chewing here. Hello there, my name is Agnes from Hungary, but watching from the UK. Wait, what? What? How is that possible? From the UK, I appreciate it. Just wanted to say thank you for being an awesome channel and constantly making my day. My favorite show is Ahsoka in the Bad Batch. Wow. That is very, very nice. I appreciate that quite a bit. You guys make my day by just watching me. We have almost 200 people in here right now, and that has never happened in the channel's history. We've broken records today. We've broken records last week. It's absolutely insane. It wasn't that long ago that we just had only 2 or 3 people watching. Actually, a year ago today, we only had about 2 or 3 people watching. So I appreciate it quite a bit, Agnes. I really, really do. And yeah, absolutely. And your favorite shows are Ahsoka and the Bad Batch? Those are some great options. Those are some great choices, I must say. Indeed. Would it really suck if you spilt the sun chips? They're just sun chips. You know what? It would have sucked, because then I would have pick them up, and give me a 1 into the chat if you were here for the when I dumped the bucket of ice on my head for 50,000 subscribers. That wasn't planned, and I remember obviously it wasn't planned because I dumped it on my head, and then I had ice all over the ground, all over the place, literally just everywhere. Ice, and it was starting to melt, and I was trying to pick it up, and my hands were freezing. This was all after the stream, after stream events, and it was just insanity. So I don't want to go through that again with sun chips. That's kind of my thing. Picking up the ice was a disaster. I don't want to pick up sun chips off the ground either. So it would have sucked if I spilled the sun chips. Yes. To answer your question, Harrison James says Chimere's actor is actually kind of yoked. He always wears baggy clothes, so you can't really tell. That is true. Yeah, he wears some pretty baggy clothes throughout the first couple episodes. Indeed. He played Martian Manhunter in Supergirl. Oh, David Harwood. Cool. Cool. That dude's going to be Plagueis? Ooh, interesting. David Harwood could have been cast as Darth Plagueis? What do we think about that? What do we think about that? That's a good call, David. That could be the case, because what was told to us is that David Harwood's his role is small. If Plagueis is in the show, it's going to be a really, really small role. That's pretty good. I like that. What does yoked mean? Yoked just means really buff, like big, like strong, Not like me, of course. Definitely not like me. But yoked is just like a really strong individual, probably a lot of muscles. I think it derives from egg yolks. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So what do we think? Could he be Plagueis? He could be Plagueis. I love that. At the end? Yeah, I think it would be at the end. And I think that would be a great cast. Obviously, it's not going to look like David. No shade towards David, but he doesn't look like Darth Plagueis. Darth Plagueis is a Mun. He's got this really long-ass head and big-ass head, so it's honestly probably a good thing that he doesn't look like Plagueis. But hopefully they make him look a lot like Plagueis. He has a great voice for it. He does have a cool voice, I must say. Yeah, he's got a cool voice. I think he'd be a great Plagueis. I'm actually going to be upset now if he's not Plagueis. That's a pretty great call. That'd be a great call. When Shmi Skywalker says goodbye to Anakin, look at the necklace he's wearing. It's the same style as the necklace that the witches wear. Okay, let's look it up. Anakin saying goodbye to his mom. Let's see it. Huh. Interesting. I mean, I guess it's kind of close, but I wouldn't say it's like the same. Can't really get a good picture of it either. This is kind of what they're talking about. See that necklace right up in there? It's kind of like going down like that. It's the same as this. This is now like Anakin's is almost like the poor man's version of it, almost like the slave from Tatooine's version of it, as it's literally looks like it's made out of string or something. When this one's made out of like pure gold or something like that. I see the similarities, of course, but I don't think there's anything really to it. I don't think so. Good catch, though. Great catch. I mean, I never would have put those together. That's crazy. Jedi Geek says, please pull up the video of the creepy Sith doing the Force push. When the camera shows behind his point of view, we saw the bracelet on the left hand. Okay. Let's see if I can find this without getting copy struck here. The Acolyte Sith Lord entrance. All right, let's see if we can... We're going to go no volume here, just so that we don't get copy struck or anything. And we're only going to show frames, so I'm not going to press play or anything. Lucasfilm, if you're watching, and we know that you are, please don't copyright me. We know we're just trying to have some fun here. Let's look at them. So we get May inside. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Okay. Let's see. Pulls up his lightsaber. Creepy as balls. Creepy as balls. Let's go to the best possible. Oh, wow. What did I just do? Better. Okay. Then the Jedi whip out their lightsabers. Says Osha run. Pulls up his hand. That hand looks very dark there, but it is dark outside. Flicks Osha to the side. Jedi come running. Puts out his hand. Puts out his hand. Still looks very dark there. Pushes the Jedi back. There. This is the one shot in particular where his hand looks very, very light colored. Almost like white. But I do see the bracelet you're talking about there. Is Kymir wearing this similar bracelet? By the way, the back of this helmet looks exactly like Kylo Ren's. Exactly like it. Like it's almost identical. But coincidence? Possibly. But we'll see. Let's see if we can find Kymir wearing that same bracelet. Oh, I did not mean to do that. All right, let's see. Kymir, the Acolyte bracelet? Question mark? That's literally what I just Googled. Kymir, the Acolyte bracelet. Nothing comes up for that. So no surprise there, but nothing came up. Oh, wait. Wait. Is he wearing a bracelet here? He's wearing like a really baggy shirt. I can't tell if he has a bracelet on or not. I don't know what you're talking about. See, he's just wearing like really baggy clothes. You can't tell if he's wearing a bracelet or not. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Connor says, House of the Dragon is killing it right now. We need to fulfill those fan requests that Sam Smith had about playing a young age Palpatine. Matt Smith. Did he say that? I think Matt Smith would be a great cast for a young Palpatine, not going to lie. But Swagger Like Us, what's up? I think Swagger Like Us says, I think episode 5 is going to be the best. I think so too. Episode 4 was my favorite episode, and I think it set up episode 5 pretty well. But going back to what Connor said, House of the Dragon. Anybody watching House of the Dragon in the chat? I have not seen it yet, but I have heard some very good things, I must say. I have heard some very good things. They could surprise us with the fourth season of The Bad Batch. I seriously doubt it. The way that they ended season 3 was such a good ending that I don't even want them to make a fourth season. I think if you're going to bring in the Bad Batch in a different show, that's okay. Like the older Bad Batch, that would be kind of cool. But no, definitely no fourth season of the Bad Batch. They left it off in a very good way, and I really hope they don't do that. Now, Tales of the Sith would be fire. Yeah, it would. Indeed, it would. Star Wars Santa says maybe the zipper face helmet is imbued by the dark side from a deceased Sith Lord. We talked about that before the show started. I think that theory has kind of been thrown out the window now. It still could be a possibility. And again, if I haven't brought it up in a while, this book here, Shadow of the Sith, with Luke Skywalker, Lando, and all this stuff. This Sith, the reason it's called Shadow of the Sith, is because this guy right here, this person with the mask on, he's not a real Sith Lord. It's just some Sith Lord who put their essence into a mask, and somebody found the mask and got the abilities of that Sith Lord. So there's a possibility that something similar is happening here with this character because Darth Zipperface is so unbelievably powerful. It's possible that it's just a old Sith relic that maybe Kymir got his hands on, and now he's become this sort of very powerful being. I wouldn't be opposed to that. It would make sense for the Jedi at least, because then they wouldn't be coming into contact with the Sith. Actually, I would honestly be down for that, because then we could get a scene where Plagueis is like, what was that all about? When he overhears that a Sith have returned, and maybe he hears that this fight in the forest happened, but it really was just a Sith imbued, like Star Wars Santa said, Sith imbued mask that some random dude named Kymir happened to find. That I wouldn't be opposed to that, honestly. Yeah. They need to do a what if series. Chris, to that point they are. And it is going to be Lego. And a lot of fans are kind of upset about that, but it is going to be Lego. And honestly, it kind of makes sense to make it not realistic, because if you even do it in the Clone Wars animation style, it would be very confusing for a lot of normie fans, because when you like this Lego thing, it's called Rebuild the Galaxy. I think it comes out in September or October, I forget. It's going to have Darth Jar Jar. It's going to have a Vader with an all-white suit. It's going to have an all-black Millennium Falcon. It's going to have all these different things. It's going to be like a what if, but it's going to be in Lego. I'm excited for it, but I don't expect like anything crazy to go down in that. But I would love to do Star Wars YouTubers kind of cover those what ifs pretty well. There's some really, really good what ifs out there. But I wouldn't be opposed to Lucasfilm creating some too. Insurgent Ewok says Anakin made a Jasper snippet for Padme, not the one that he was wearing. Yeah, no, it's very different. We got to it, but yeah. They need to do a what if like the Marvel series. The Marvel series is good, but that's because they don't really do much animation over Star Wars. Now they've done X-Men 97, which is a little bit different. But Star Wars has always done, or not always, but has done animation in the past that is canon. So it'll be a little bit more confusing. Grand Admiral Thrawn was laughable as a supervillain letdown. What? That's crazy. Thrawn's entrance is so good. So good. Sonny says, I'm watching without any predictions and an open mind, so I won't be disappointed if this week's episode sucks, LOL. Well, I really hope it doesn't suck. I'll start there. There's always that possibility, I guess, going into any new episode. But I'm hoping it doesn't suck. And it's good to go in with an open mind. I like that. I like it. But can Mother Coral fit her horns in that helmet? I don't think her horns are really that long. Obviously, she has horns on her head, which makes her head pretty big. But when you look at it here, they're not that long. They don't stick out too drastically. So I'm assuming that it'll be able to fit in this helmet. I mean, this helmet's pretty damn big. I mean, maybe. Maybe not. I don't think it's coral. Honestly, I've always kind of been opposed to that theory. But it could be. It definitely could be. Not everybody thinks that your Jecki and Soul will survive, because it's possibility that they won't. Because this is most likely a Sith Lord, the Jedi who come into contact with the said Sith Lord are going to have to die. For kind of just the continue. That's English. For kind of the prequels to not be retconned, you know? Mike, is it possible for the zipper face to be Nihil? The Nihil, or the Nile, I really don't know how to pronounce it, but is from the canon books, which are the High Republic novels. And they are space marauders, and one of them happens to wield a lightsaber. But I don't believe that any of them use the Force. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think any of them wield the Force. And this is a very, very powerful Force user. And I believe, and I'm not up to date on Phase 2 or 3 of these High Republic books, but I believe that the Nile are gone, or at least dealt with at this point, by the time of this Acolyte show. So, I don't think so. I don't think there's any relation there. No. So maybe Kymir gets betrayed by his master and chooses May or Osha as his new apprentice. I could see that. Well, I think he's trying to make May his apprentice now, which is clear. But maybe Osha is his next best option after he... Think about it from Kymir's perspective. If Kymir is under that mask, May just left him to go rejoin the Jedi. So maybe he's just going to go take Osha, the twin, and try to make her the next apprentice. Which she might do. Like, Osha is supposed to be the good version of the twins. However, we don't necessarily know that that's the case. She could turn pretty quickly. And if Zipperface kind of takes her away, it could happen. It definitely could happen. The Jedi will put their blinders on and refuse to believe that it's a Sith. I could see that too. I could definitely see that too. The Jedi have become corrupted. By the time of the prequel trilogy, they're very corrupted by the dark side, or by fear, I guess, which is the dark side, the path to the dark side. And they allow Palpatine to rise to power. They allow Anakin to fall out of their fingertips, all that stuff. But I could see them kind of not believing, almost, that that's not real, kind of, you know? But yeah, we'll see. Oh, a very generous $2 holla from Graph Web. Okay. Says, for the love of God, FFS? I don't know what that means. Hashtag cancel Disney Plus. Well, that's a bummer. I appreciate the $2 holla, though. That's the first ever super chat we've gotten that's been against this whole thing. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it nonetheless. Haters Nation says, Disney demanded a short episode in 4 so that 5 will be longer. Yeah. I don't think they demanded it, but I think 4 and 5 are kind of for fuck's sake. Is that what it means? Damn it. Thanks, Sky High. But now I feel stupid. You guys know I'm so bad with these stupid-ass freaking abbreviations. Where was I? Disney, obviously, yeah. So episode 4 and 5 are one cohesive story, and they had to split the two into 2 episodes. So episode 4 obviously ended on a cliffhanger, and episode 5 is now going to be this massive battle in the forest. House of the Dragon has been great. I'm going to have to rewatch it. I'm going to have to watch it. I haven't even watched it yet. I would love to see Darth Revan in Clone Wars animation. As much as I would love to go to the Old Republic with the Clone Wars animation, I would way rather see it in live action. And I think many of you would probably agree with me. The Old Republic, although it's very cool and untapped, like there's so much untapped material in the Old Republic, I think you want to go there first in live action. You can do animated shows after the fact, but you want to start in live action first. I think many of you would agree with me with that. Maybe not. Tell me in the chat. Yeah. Sky High says, of course, actual good show, but episode 2 of Hot D, House of the Dragon, I fell asleep. It was boring to me. Really? Interesting. I'll have to watch it, I guess. They said it just makes sense with the name, day and night. The ending soon as day came. Oh, I get you. Yeah, that's why they split it that way, because episode 4 is going to be called day. Episode 5, I can almost guarantee, is going to be called night. But what's interesting to me about that is the fact that we see, if I can find it again, this. Where is it? This. And this is the daytime. This is the daytime. You know? What's going on there? Matthew, I appreciate that. This is in the daytime. So if it's day and then night, what is anything? Controversy equals more views. Why do you think I'm so controversial? Just kidding. You guys know I'm definitely not. But why is this the daytime? If the next episode's called night, when does this happen? When does this happen? I don't know. Your pal Joe, what's up? Says, what's up, guys? I'm out on this show. Completely disappointed by episode 3. I've lost all interest. Joe, you know me. I know you. You're the first ever member. I advise you to watch episode 4. And if I'm just saying, give it a chance, because episode 4 might turn you around. And if it doesn't, just let it go. I completely respect it. Let it go. But Joe, Hater Nation says it has to be someone from the Witch clan. I mean, it doesn't have to. I understand why you're saying that, because it's such a powerful Force user who's just absolutely destroying 8 Jedi at the same time. And the witches were extremely powerful, but those witches, they wanted to keep peace. Now, Mother Coral obviously wanted to go fight the Jedi, but Mother Anisea was kind of the keeper of the peace there. I don't know. I could see you going either way, but I'm way more on the Chimere side. Way too much talk about zippers and helmets for a family show.
I got a bad feeling about this.
What has happened to this chat? I feel like we've kind of taken some silly goose pills today. I don't know what's going on here. Chris says, Leslie Headland stated that episode 5 would be the episode that everybody will be talking about. Really? I did not see that. And it makes sense. Obviously, I think this episode is going to be the big battle that happens in the whole series. Probably the biggest battle yet. And I think it's going to be pretty cool, to say the least. But I think people are going to be talking about is sort of just the actual reveal. Who's under the mask. I think people will be talking about the lightsaber fight, hopefully, if it's really, really cool, but I think more people are going to be talking about the reveal. Jackie better survive. Steve, we'll see. We shall see. Thought I heard that episode 7 was the same director as episode 3. Yeah, that is true. So episode 7 is directed by the same person as episode 3, so it makes sense that episode 7 would be where we see the other flashbacks to Brendok. Yeah, that would make sense. Indeed. Chimere is a witch for sure. I seriously doubt it. That would make him the first ever male witch seen in Star Wars. That would be insane. It honestly wouldn't really make much sense. Yeah. Hal Runner Base says, I lost all interest, but I'm still here chatting about episode 5. LMAO. LMA. No, just kidding. I know what that one means. I know what that one means. But I appreciate you. Ugh, Phase 2 is too hard to get through. Of the High Republic books, honestly, haven't read them, so I do not know. But that sucks. Didn't they already leak the Sith? We're not talking about the leaks, you know? We're just not going to talk about it. No. I struggle with the temptation of the Force at the moment. I'm not sure why. Well, Ian, you know, I forgive you. Never forgive the Nile for what they did to my homie Loden. I know. Spoiler alert for people who haven't read the High Republic books, but yeah, that's a bummer too. For sure. I actually didn't believe what I was hearing because I actually listened to the audiobook for that book specifically. And I just couldn't believe my ears. Get it? Couldn't believe my ears. Couldn't believe my eyes. Yeah. Hashtag not necessary. Indeed. Oh, what the hell? Just go down to the bottom. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, wait. I think I found it. Oh, wait. No. Damn it. Okay, wait. Oh, there we go. The Jedi are going to take the L tonight. I agree with that. I think the Jedi are going to lose this fight in the forest. But actually, let's see where you guys are at. Let's see where you guys are at with this. Let's start up a new poll. Let's start up a new poll. Okay. Let's see. By the way, that last poll, do you guys think that that planet is Arc 2 in the Acolyte? 57% of you said yes. 57. That is the majority. Not by much, but it is the majority. And I actually agree with the majority here. I do think that is Arc 2. And I'm hoping that it is because it would be cool. No celery, please. You are all getting gifted celery. Okay? There you go. Damn it. What was my poll going to be? Oh, yeah. Who do you think is taking the L? Taking the L in episode 5. Episode 5. The Jedi or Darth Zip her face. Or Darth Zipperface. Who do we think is taking the L in this episode? The Jedi or Darth Zipperface? What do we think? What do we think? Martin says, what about trailer magic? I mean, there always is the possibility for trailer magic, and if that's what you mean by this scene in particular, it could be. Because we've seen certain scenes, I guess I was right, certain scenes in the trailers that were made night that were during the daytime. For example, the opening scene of the very first trailer for this show is May walking away from Indara's dead body with the lightsaber on the ground, and it's nighttime. However, we know from the show itself, from episode 1, that that's during the daytime. So it could be some trailer magic, like Martin says, that this scene right here is actually at night, which would make things very interesting. Fascinating. I like it, Martin. Could be some trailer magic for sure. Could be. Vanestra is coming. I think Vanestra is also going to be coming probably in episode 6. We do see her use that laser whip, and it looks like it's in the forests of Kofar, so it could be that she's in episode 6. Or maybe some more trailer magic in that the laser whip sequence takes place at night too. Maybe they're just trying to throw us off the scent here. By the way, 90% of you think the Jedi are taking the L tonight. 90. You know what that means? These 8 Jedi that just walked into this forest to go save Kelnaka are going to die. Fully trained Jedi Masters. That's crazy. That's crazy. We haven't seen this really since, like, Palpatine, when he kills the Jedi when they come to confront him at the end of episode 3. Joe says, I appreciate your positivity. All the negativity is getting silly, but it does get clicks. It does definitely get clicks, that's for sure. I always think there's room for negativity in Star Wars. Not let me rephrase. I think there's always some validity to some negativity in Star Wars. But yeah, I agree with you that a lot of it has just become silly and sad, honestly. But even if you don't enjoy the show, there's proper criticisms and negative feelings to have about the show. And I fully get that. Fully get it. Perfect. Fine. Whatever. You don't even have to watch the show if you don't want to. But a lot of the sort of narratives about how bad this show truly is have just become silly, like you said. Yeah, for sure. For sure. David says, I think that helmet scene that you just showed is Vanestra Rose showing up and discovering the aftermath of the battle. Now, that would be pretty crazy. But why would Vanestra Rose be on her way to this battle? She doesn't know how it ended, unless they kind of just call out to her and be like, hey, Vanestra, we need your help immediately. Yeah. Yeah. Dr. Hemlock says, I believe that when Kymir will capture Osha, he will tell the truth about what happened on Brendok, and Osha will start to fall to the dark side because the Jedi she trusted, Soul, lied to her about Brendok. Holy shit, is that a great theory, Dr. Hemlock, I must say. That is amazing. Let's talk about that. So we see, if I can find it really quickly. We see this. We see this right here. Sorry. Osha looking at the red lightsaber, meaning most likely Darth Zipperface either wins or escapes in the forest and takes Osha with him. What's up, Catherine? And what Dr. Hemlock is talking about in the chat, shout out to the doctor, he's saying that it's possible that somehow Kymir or Darth Zipperface knows the truth about what happened on Brendok. Tells Osha to make her fall to the dark side because the truth is the Jedi killed her family. That's pretty wild. That would be a huge twist. Osha turning to the dark side would be insane and would really kind of change the events of this entire show. Because honestly, we see May putting a knife up to Jecky's neck. The two of them might go dark side. And these two twins, very powerful twins, going dark side would be absolutely amazing. That would be awesome. I like that theory quite a bit. I like it quite a bit, Dr. Hemlock. I really, really do. Harrison says, Vanestra is seemingly pretty sus, but I think she'll be one of the reasons that everything gets covered up. Yeah, I think so. I mean, she's already not telling the High Council a lot of information. So I think she probably will be a reason as to why a lot of this gets covered up for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Your pal Joe says, Mike, we do know each other well, and you know I'm not a hater. For you, my friend, I will give it another chance. I appreciate that, Joe. And Joe, the Florida Panthers, they pulled it out. Congrats to you. Yeah. The Sith is Kymir. Possibly. Somebody give that hater a hug? Who? Swagger says, Episode 5 theory. Zipperface will pull a Jason Voorhees? I don't know what that means. I know who Jason Voorhees is, but how is he pulling one of him? What? How's that even? What? What? I don't get it. I don't get it. Kymir is being used by the Sith Master. How so? How would Kymir be being used by him? What would that? What do you mean? Star Wars rated R, or R-rated, with people getting sliced in half would be sick. It would be really cool because with rated R Star Wars, you'd have the ability to do some really gross stuff with a lightsaber and with the Force and stuff like that. But I feel like Star Wars is kind of not that. It's supposed to not be that. It's made for kids, and it's always been made for kids, even though we're grown-ass adults here talking about it. But it's made for kids, and it's made for enjoyment, and it's really just, I can't imagine Star Wars being rated R. I mean, as cool as it might sound to have some lightsabers slicing people and the Force uses to do some crazy stuff that could be rated R, it just, I don't know. Maybe in some like spin-off like Spaceballs or something, but maybe not in canon Star Wars. Yeah. But with that being said, if you could greenlight a rated R Star Wars project, what would it be about? And who would it be about, I guess? What would you make it? For me, it would have to be Old Republic. And it would have to be Sith-centered because it would just show the, like, just gruesome Sith, like, crazy stuff. Who it would be based around? I don't know. Maybe, Nihilus eating some planets? I don't know. It would be kind of cool. Yeah, it'd be cool. Old Republic 100%. Yeah, but what specifically? What would it be about? Not Cad Bane. Darth Bane. Darth Bane would be cool. Yeah. Did you hear Spaceballs was making a sequel? I did hear that. That's pretty cool. When did the first one come out? Spaceballs 1? When did that come out? Sex in Star Wars would sell for sure. No. I would not like that one bit. No. Laughing my Acolyte off? Nice. If Smilo Ren is so powerful with one single force push, imagine how powerful his master must be. Yeah, well, if his master is Plagueis or even Tenebris, those two characters specifically are extremely powerful in Star Wars Legends. Like, extremely powerful. Plagueis is kind of known for his sort of trying to live forever type deal. The tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. What the heck's going on here? But he is very powerful nonetheless. So, yeah, I could only imagine how powerful he is. I mean, think about Sidious and Vader, how powerful they were. They were extremely powerful. And I'm sure Vader could take on 8 Jedi at one time. And so could probably Palpatine. Palpatine took on 4 pretty easily, honestly. Yeah. Maybe Chymere's not a witch, but learned from them certain things. Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, May could have even taught him a few things here and there. Yeah. Could be. Dominic says, differently, we had hundreds of people in the chat, and it's interesting to see new personalities. I remember a time when we were the only ones with the Force. Yeah, Dominic, it wasn't that long ago because you were there that there was only a few of us here, and which is absolutely insane. But it's pretty wild that we've come this far, and we have almost 200 people in the chat right now. We hit over 200 earlier. Is absolutely crazy, and it's cool to see the people who were there way before to see it now. Oh, speaking of Star Wars Sith, Tony, what's up? How we doing? Tony in the chat. Mando United says, I have just gotten the High Republic books and started this week. Oh, that's cool. That is pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself. Ewok says, Chimere will die, and the Sith will try to recruit May and her sister. I used to think that Zipperface was going to die in this scene. I thought for a little while that Zipperface was going to die in this forest fight. Now, however, with this revelation of Osha just kind of sitting here with a lightsaber on what could be Oct 2, I don't think that Zipperface is going to die. I think he's going to capture Osha and take her away. Yeah, that's what I think. Pop Cult King says, do you think that Darth Zipperface is a prophet of the dark side? In Legends, the prophets of Sith who don't are the ones who don't follow the rule of 2. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of Force users that aren't specifically Sith that could, like, you're kind of bending the rules here. Like, even in Episode 4, they mentioned the splinter orders of the Jedi Order. There's possibilities of that all over the place. But do I think Zipperface is one of them? No. I'm actually going to come out. I'm actually going to say he's straight up just a Sith. I think he is the apprentice to either Tenebris or Plagueis, and whomever that may be, it will be very, very cool. Yeah. Yeah. Is it just me, or is it rancid to think that Mike, at the same time trying to Rantic? Oh, Rantic. Sorry. Is it just me, or is it crazy to think that listening to Mike at the same time as trying to manage this live stream, moving so fast, I need to understand all of it, and it's just too much? Well, here's what you do. You listen to me, and you read the chats at supersonic speed, and you take it all in, and then you throw up on the ground, and then you roll in it. I don't know where I'm going with this, but let's just keep going. Let's see where it takes us. Then you get up, you run down the street, you scream, the Acolyte episode 5 is in 5 hours. It's in 5 hours and 1 minute, and I can't wait to see who dies. And I think the Darth Zipperface is blank, and you say whoever you think it is, and then you go, oh my God, I just realized that I can listen to Mike and read the entire chat at the same time, and it makes perfect sense. And that's the truth to unlocking that superpower. Harrison says, big fan of Phase 1 of the High Republic books, and I'm about to start Phase 2. Nice. Star Wars Sith with the 7-month membership. I appreciate that quite a bit. Look at that nice 6-month badge. Whew, looks fire. Okay, where was I? Kymir wants Osha as an apprentice. How do you kill a Jedi, steal their apprentice? Soils the Jedi's image? Wait, what? Soils the Jedi's image. Okay. Yeah, I think Osha will be kind of sort of persuaded towards the dark side after she realizes that the Jedi aren't really the best people. Let's be honest. They're not. And that will be made pretty clear to her after she realizes that they killed her entire family. Yeah. Wouldn't Venestra Rowe be able to sense that the Jedi are being killed in the forest, and that's why she comes to Kofar to help? That could be the case. We see people sense disturbances through the Force, and 5 Jedi Masters, or even more, dying would be a pretty crazy disturbance in the Force. That could be it. Could be for sure. Venestra Rowe can't be a Sith. We know that she's been a Jedi because of the books. Yeah, Venestra Rowe's been around for quite a while. Yeah. What is taking an L? Taking a loss, losing the battle, I guess, so to speak. Yeah. Right now, by the way, 83% of you think the Jedi are losing tonight. Taking the L, so to speak. Yeah. David says, like Jason from Friday the 13th, Zipperface hunts down the Jedi one by one, is what he meant. But why would he do that? What is the purpose there? That's my biggest thing, is why is Jecki fighting against one-on-one against Zipperface and Soul one-on-one? Like, why are they not going 8-on-1 and just taking them on all at the same time so that they could, well, I guess they tried that at the end of episode 4, and that didn't really work too much. I don't know. Honestly, I don't. But it's going to be pretty crazy to see them just go 1-on-1 and 2-on-2. Sorry, 1-on-1 and 1-on-1 with the 2 of them. Sidious in the chat. What's up, Sidious? Says, thank God for real Star Wars talks like this channel. I appreciate that quite a bit, but aren't you like the most evil being in the galaxy? Joe says, he's the puppet. The apprentices always are until they kill the master. Yeah, you're kind of right in a way. I mean, a little bit right in the way. Palpatine in the original trilogy kind of just becomes the guy who just sits there. He does everything, but he has Vader do everything for him. So it might be something similar here where Plagueis sent Zipperface out to deal with all this. I don't know. I really don't know. But we'll see. Hopefully all will be revealed tonight, but I'm sure a few questions will remain. Yeah. Your pal Joe says, I'm an Oilers fan from Canada. Sad night, but Mike was close, LOL. What? Why did I think you were from Florida? Who's from Florida? I apologize, Joe. That is my fault. Who's from Florida? Somebody's from Florida. I'll guarantee you that. Anybody from Florida in the chat right now? Someone's from Florida. I know that. But I apologize then, Joe. I apologize greatly. At least you still got one of the greatest hockey players to ever live right now, Connor McDavid. That's for sure. Yeah. To be honest, I don't really see kids watching Star Wars anyway. Oh, you'd be surprised. I mean, obviously, it's not like kids, like little kids. Star Wars was made for teenagers, made for kids from like 12 to whatever, 20, I guess, teenagers. Teenagers. That just kind of enjoy the sci-fi, so to speak, yeah. Yeah, no? Yeah, no? May is the power of many? I don't think so, but I think May and Osha together are the power of 2, which is supposed to be more than the power of 1. Yeah. Okay, political cover-up. Let the council know in 5 years and unseal the file from Kiadi Mundi. What? I don't get what that means. Political cover-up. Let the council know in 5 years and then unseal the file of Kiadi Mundi. But they would be letting then the Sith would be known to exist. That wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense. Craig says, I doubt the Jedi just outright killed the witches. They may have been faced with a hard decision. Also, the big question is, how did the Master know or care that about the four Jedi and want them dead, if not a witch? That's a great question. let me start with the back half of it, and then I'll go back to the front half. So about this master, this Darth Zipperface character, not being a witch. Yes, he cares that these 4 Jedi die, but I think May's the one who cares. And he's the one who's just allowing her to do this so that she can prove herself to become a Sith and his apprentice. I think this is obviously a test, as we've been explained. This is a test, and she has to go kill Kelnaka without a weapon, which she seems to think is impossible, which, I mean, technically, Kelnaka is dead in the room, and she didn't have a weapon on her, so, no, I'm kidding. But it was May's sort of motive to kill these 4 Jedi. So it doesn't necessarily mean, oh my God, I've said necessarily so many times this stream, I apologize. But it doesn't necessarily mean that this Darth Zipperface character has to be a witch, because they don't have to have the same motives as May. But going back to the first half, you doubt that the Jedi just outright killed the witches? I agree. I think there's something more to what happened there, but somehow the witches forced their hand, and the Jedis had to kill all of them. Yeah. What if this episode is flashbacks? You know what, Easton? I thought about that before, and I was like, if that's the case, I'm gonna punch my screen. No, I seriously doubt it. I think tonight's gonna be this really big fight. It's probably gonna be called night and day because the last episode was day, and this one's gonna be night. And it's not time for flashbacks yet. No, definitely not. No. Darth Malgus would be cool for a rated R project too. Revan and Bastila, that would be great too, of course. Can't go wrong with Darth Revan, but maybe not rated R for Revan. Luke could have an unknown daughter out there who calls out to Rey, turning her to the dark side. I like the Luke had a kid theory. At some point in between the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy, he found Mara Jade. They fell in love, had a kid. Then something happened there. I don't know. But I like that theory. Don't know if it'll turn out to be true. No. The power of one is selfish. Best trait of any Sith could ever have. The king of dark emotions. Osha has that trait. She already left her coven and left the Jedi. Interesting. She did leave the Jedi. That is a good point. Bring back Mara Jade. I would love to see Mara Jade brought into canon. That would be amazing. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess. There's room for her. There's definitely room for her. There's enough time in between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy for a Mara Jade story arc. Yeah. I bet that chewing is annoying. Yeah. Master Beckham says, new Hutt cartel in underground world. Ooh, I'd like to see that. Get some underground world stuff here. Actually, Jabba the Hutt would be alive, right? Wait, what? Jabba the Hutt would be alive in this show, no? How old's Jabba the Hutt? Hang on a second. How old is Jabba the Hutt? When he dies, I guess. Let's see. He was around 600 years old in Return of the Jedi. Jabba the Hutt could be in the Acolyte show. Boom. There you go. Damn, that sun chip just like in the back of my throat or something. But that's pretty crazy. Jabba the Hutt could be in this show. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that. I think they're somewhat indirectly responsible or collateral damage, but know what happened. Anyway, at the end of the series, even though some characters may die, we will still have a happy ending. I don't really know what... Oh, you're talking about the witches dying, maybe? I do think the end of this show will have some sort of happy ending, maybe with the death of our Zipperface character. Maybe not. I'm not too sure. But it will probably end in some sort of happy ending, with some questions remaining, leaving the door open for a second season, because I do think a second season will get greenlit after this first one. Spaceballs came out in 1987. Okay, interesting. So how long ago was that? 87 was 37 years ago. So 37 years, and they're making Spaceballs too. Nice. Nice. David says, Del Toro pitched a Jabba movie to Disney but got struck down. Yeah, that would have been awesome. Not gonna lie. I mean, a Jabba the Hutt movie. Come on. Maybe it would have worked better as a show, but yeah. UV Clip says, I don't know about Chimere because if he was a Sith, which I think he is, why did they refer to him? Why does he refer to him when he says he will kill you when speaking to May in episode 4? If he is the Sith, why doesn't he say then you will die? Yeah, that is a good question. I think it's more so that Chimere is just like convincing May to do this, to kind of just finish her arc to the dark side. I think that makes the most amount of sense. It's almost similar to in the Phantom, or not the Phantom Menace, but the prequel trilogy overall, Palpatine and Anakin's relationship. Palpatine is dragging Anakin to the dark side the entire time, but Anakin doesn't know that he's this Sith Lord. So it's very similar in this instance too, where May is being dragged to the dark side by Chimere, who's convincing her to go murder Torben and murder all these people, while also the Master is too, so it's a little bit different than that situation. But she doesn't know that Chimere is this Darth Zipperface character, if he technically is. Yeah. Yeah. Then you will die. That's nice. What if Darth Zipperface is actually the Acolyte and not a Sith? That would be a pretty big twist, honestly. I don't think that's what's going on here, but it could be the case. Yeah. Harrison says, a very violent OG Star Wars with Exar Kun or however you spell his name. I think you might have spelled his name right. I have no idea how you spell it, but that'd be cool. Multi-canon, R-rated over here. Jedi babies over there. Multi-canon. I don't want any multiverse or anything with Star Wars. I like just the one I'm a canon guy. I like some of the stories in Legends, but I'm a big-time canon guy. I like when things are canon. And I like one cohesive story in canon. Once you bring in multiverse, time travel, that kind of stuff, not a fan. Not a fan. The Sabersmith says, I just hope there's not another Marok situation. We talked about that at the start of the stream. But I don't think that's what's going on here. I don't think it's going to be Smoke. And I don't think his identity won't be revealed. Like with Marok in the Clone Assassin. So I'm hoping for a nice reveal tonight. Yeah. I'm losing my voice, guys. I'm losing it. I can feel it going. Ki-Adi-Mundi has some explaining to do to the Jedi Council. Yes and no. Ki-Adi-Mundi's not in this forest with them, so he doesn't know about this Sith Lord. Indeed. Lowdown, what's up, says, have you read the book Lords of the Sith? Could be a rated R movie. Lords of the Sith. It sounds familiar. Hang on. Lords of the Sith. Lords of the Sith. Let's see. Let's go to Wikipedia. Have I read Lords of the Sith? Is it canon? Oh, yeah. The cover looks insanely familiar, but for some reason, none of it's coming back to me. I listen to a lot of these in audiobooks, and they all kind of blend together, not going to lie. But I feel like might have to re-listen to it if I have, because I don't really remember what happens in the book. But, yeah. Interesting. Cool. That would make a good rated R movie. I agree with you, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember what it's about, so I can't really agree. But yes, indeed. I just want to see Basil revealed to be in league with the red lightsaber figure. That's pretty interesting. Where is Basil? Because Basil's the one who screams when he sees May, bringing all the Jedi over to him. But then the Jedi versus Darth Zipperface is happening right there. Where's Basil? Where's this weird rodent-looking dude? Like, what happened to him? Darth Basil? I don't know. I wonder if they'll explain that or something. Maybe not. It is kind of strange. Like, he's just not there. It's weird. Weird. I want to know where's Basil. By the way, I think Star Wars Mag came up with the Smilo Ren, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I really don't know. There's definitely a witch connection between Chimera and the Wookiee. There's definitely a connection that Kelnaka recognized Chimera. So I don't know how he recognized Chimera, but I think he must have, because he didn't put up a fight. Kelnaka's sitting in that chair like he just allowed this person to kill him. Yeah, I don't know. Basil led Zipperface to Kelnaka? No, I don't think so. Plagueis the Wise plans many chess moves ahead. Yeah, Plagueis is known for that, being like a genius. Although Palpatine does kill him. He does seem... It's Basil... Two Basils in a trench coat? Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, Plagueis the Wise is very strategic and smart. So I wonder if he's behind all of this. Like if he is telling Darth Zipperface to go do these things. If he is the master at this time. Yeah. Indeed. Why do you think there are folded clothes there on the ground? I don't know. I really don't. And what he's talking about here, Lowdown is talking about, is this scene in the trailer where Osha is picking up this lightsaber. Why is there folded clothes on the ground? Like, this is Osha holding a lightsaber with folded clothes in front of her. Is Darth Zipperface just like in a hot tub, chilling? Is it like the clone troopers? I mean, the stormtroopers in a hot tub from Lego Star Wars? Like, is that what is going on here? He's just wearing his helmet, but no other clothes, and he's just hanging out in a hot tub? That would be awesome. But I don't think that's what's going on. So whose clothes are these? And is it Zipperface offering up his lightsaber to her to join the dark side? That could be a possibility. Indeed, it could. I don't know. It's very strange. Maybe Osha's new outfit. Osha's new get-up. What if Chimera is a forced projection of the true Chimera? What? The Slitherface guy, Darth Zipperface, is a projection and was hanging up. And then when May left, the true possibly scared Chimera arrived on Kofar. What? I think you lost me there. Force projection? I don't think so. I don't think so. Unless Kelnaka was influenced by witch magic, he just sits there and takes a lightsaber to the chest. That needs to be explained. Like, it doesn't look like he fought back. Now, maybe he did, but it doesn't look like it by any means. Yeah. She will reach out to the bugs through the Force, and they will come to her aid. I like that. Osha had the connection to the bugs in the Force. Those bugs are definitely coming back. That's for sure. They focused way too much on the fact that those bugs were attracted to the lightsabers to not have them come back. That's for damn sure. So those bugs are going to be important either in this episode or the one after, but they will be some sort of importance, yeah. The Zipperface bathing. Osha just stumbles upon his clothes. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's probably what's going on here. The top piece of clothing looks like a Jedi High Republic robes. It's just because it looks lighter. I mean, this is what he's talking about. I mean, the rest of it's all gray. Over here is gray, like blackish gray over there. Like, this is obviously lighter. I don't know if you would say it's Jedi material. It's just a lighter outfit. I don't know. Yeah. I'm 52 years old. In 1970, I was 5 in 1977, and Han shot Greedo first. 16 years old, coming of age in 1988. How about you? Wait, what? Oh, I don't know. You're talking to somebody else in the chat. My fault. Yeah. Jacuzzi and cookies probably don't mix well together. Cookies? Did somebody say cookies? The Force Dragon says, imagine the entire Star Wars universe, light and dark, joined together. Empire, First Order, Final Order, Republic, CIS, New Republic, Rebellion, try to take over all the other franchises like Marvel and the DC. You're asking me who would win? even with all that firepower, with the Empire, the whatever, do you get the heroes with it, like Luke and Anakin and Vader and Palpatine, and like, do I get those characters? Because that changes things. If it's just the armies, if it's just the armies of those said things, then you got to go with DC and Marvel. I think the superheroes just outnumber 'em. It becomes very interesting, though, if you add the heroes, because it's very hard for me to imagine that, like, maybe Superman, there's not many DC and Marvel heroes that could really take on Vader, like a one-on-one or anything like that. Yeah. Kelnaka was supposed to fight. I don't know. I don't know if he did. Too much love in the chat. I don't know if I can handle this. I've been arguing with fans so much and who hate me because of my nature. Yeah, what's interesting to me is a few weeks ago, or last week actually, after the episode aired, or actually 2 weeks ago, but then last week as well. The last 2 weeks, let's put it that way. The last 2 weeks, I've been really like, okay, just looking at all the hate online, just looking at it and kind of dreading coming to these live streams, because I was very worried that it was just going to leak into these live streams, into the channel in general, and it hasn't. And I must say, it's gone the complete opposite direction. It's gone way more positive than I ever could have possibly imagined, which is absolutely insane. Yes, we've had a few people come in and out just like swearing at me for no reason at all, but it's insane. And now I'm back to really enjoying coming back onto these live streams. I cannot thank you guys enough. How amazing you all are! It's so fan-freaking-tastic, and I appreciate you all. Just without any ifs, ands, or buts about it, you guys are all amazing. And I'm gonna eat another Sunchip now because I feel like it. And guess what? I'm hungry.
Hello there.
Basil could have killed Kalnaka? What? What? I recommend this fan edited film called The Last Skywalker. I've never actually heard of that. I might have to go watch it. No, Connor, you demand. And yes, this community is fan-freaking-tastic, but that's all because of you guys. All because of you guys. Harrison says, been watching the streams for a while now, but never live. I'm an Australian. Wow. You don't even want to know what time it currently is. And man, it's such refreshing and welcoming in this community and your positivity. Well, I appreciate that. And if any of you guys are new around here, which I'm sure many of you are, there is a link in the description below to a Discord completely free to the people who love Star Wars. Go join it. Just go talk fun Star Wars stuff with this community. It's an amazing community, and people are in there all the time talking about Star Wars. But Harrison, to you I ask, what time is it? Now I got to know. You can't just say, don't even ask me what time it is, because I want to know. But I appreciate that. And it's really cool to see people like that, people who watch the streams on the playback, because I know there's a lot of you who watch it on the playback. And if you are at the 2 hour and 23 minute mark on the playback, please tell me in the comments. But I know a lot of you guys are playback watchers, so I appreciate you guys as well. Although there's only 200 of you here right now, there's thousands of you that watch in the playback, so I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Am I going to react to episode 5 on stream? Yes. So we're doing a watch party at 8:45 Eastern Standard Time. So just 15 minutes before the show airs, we start the stream, give our last minute predictions. Sometimes the official Star Wars YouTube account comes in the chat and talks to us and gives us some exclusive information. That only happened once, but it happened last week. So we'll see if it happens again this week. Not getting my hopes up, but you know, a man can dream. But we talk about it for 15 minutes, and then we get to watching the show together live, and then we break it down after, or we just talk about it after. Yeah. Indeed. Gotta have Basil's figure to work desk? I hope it comes for sale? Oh, a Basil figure for your work desk. Okay, that just did not compute in my head. A Basil action figure, that would be pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. That would be pretty awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Harrison says it's 4:23 a.m. 4:23 is crazy. Harrison, go to bed. Go to bed. If you're up for the sole reason of watching this stream, go to bed. That's simple as that. Do not watch me. And hey, you can watch the watch parties, which are in technically 4.5 hours. So then it would be like 8:30 in the morning. That's perfect time, you know? What time is it? For me, it's lunchtime. Right now, for me, it's 4:25 p.m. Not a.m., p.m. So he's 12 hours exactly in front of me. Yeah. Indeed. Maria says, I was shopping and I saw a 4-year-old boy saying, I want a Star Wars figure. Thank God for these kids and not hearing all the negative Star Wars hate. Yeah, I think kids are kind of just like not in those conversations. And it's great. Yeah. John Frag, what's up, says, man, if Tales of the Jedi Season 2 happened, need to focus on Plo Koon. It would be very cool to see him become a master and a member of the council. Yeah, and if it's Dave Filoni, if he has the last say, which we know he does, he'd probably do Plo Koon. Yeah. Only 200 of you here. That's a new record, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's big time record. We broke record big time today. Well, we broke the record big time last stream on Saturday. Saturday stream, the previous record was 134. We hit 190. And today we hit somewhere in the 220s. So that's pretty crazy. I appreciate all you guys. Yeah. Jay, I appreciate that quite a bit. Yeah. My job makes me nocturnal. Oh, well, that's okay. That's okay, Harrison. Then I appreciate it. I appreciate it. In Australia, it's almost 6:30 in the morning tomorrow. Person living in the future. Harrison, what happens in the future? Tell us now. Yeah. Playback is the best sleep track. So soothing, your voice. Really? I appreciate that, Ron. I don't know. I feel like everybody in the world doesn't really like their own voice, so glad that somebody does. Darth Thor says, my man, about to get those review copies from Star Wars? Review copies? I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean like early access stuff? I've gone back and forth in my head. I don't even know if they offered that to me, if I would accept it. I like doing the live watch parties, and to me, it's just more fun to experience it with you guys than to kind of just get early access. I don't know. I go back and forth. Yeah. There's a Funko of Basil? No way. No way. That's crazy. I'm lucky I live in California. I get to watch episode 5 at 6 p.m. Don't hate me. I hate you. No, I'm kidding. 9 p.m. is not too bad. It's not too bad. It's long when I have to make the breakdown videos, and then I'm up till like 4 in the morning. But if it was 6 p.m., that would be amazing. Not going to lie. So, yeah. I'm curious. Did they truly explain how Kymir got the special tree poison from Brendock, or was he holding on to that for years or something? Because they didn't explain it. No, they did. May gives it to him. May has the poison, or the tree stuff from Brendock and gives it to him. So, yeah. Indeed. Indeed. Ron says, thanks for the dopamine hit. He said my name. My journey is complete for the day. Well, guess what, Ron? Ron. Somebody go check on Ron. He might have just had a heart attack. Okay. Cole says, please watch The Tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. It explains perfectly how Osha and May were created. Watch The Tragedy of Darth Plagueis. Is that like a... What is that? I don't know what that means. John Frag says, also, we need an entire saga film about Yoda. It is important to see the planet and species of Yoda and where Yoda was changed. No. I could not disagree with you more. Keep Yoda a mystery. I do not want that. No. I don't want Yoda. I don't want his backstory. I don't want nothing about Yoda. Keep him a mystery. All right, I gotta get off the stream, guys. We've been going for 2.5 hours. I got another stream to do in 4 hours, and I gotta go take a nap because I'm gonna be up till 5 in the morning making a breakdown video. Okay, I appreciate all you guys so much more than you will ever know, but I do have to get on out of here. One more sun chip for the road. If you have not yet, smash a like on this video. Hit that subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. So my pretty face will show up in the recommended feed of yours. This was an insane stream. Absolutely wild. Record-breaking, to say the least. And I appreciate all of you guys. If you're new here, smash a like, smash a subscribe, and do all that fun stuff. Go join the Discord, become a member, blah-bitty-blue-bitty-blue. Huge shout out to all the super chats today. Very, very muchly appreciate it. Even the hating one of Graph Web. But huge shout out to Agnes for the very generous Hungarian UKian? Englander? I don't know. Interesting. David and Sonny twice, and Martha J. I appreciate all you guys more than you will ever know. And yeah, I'll see you guys in like 4 hours, right? Something like that, 4 hours-ish. And may the force be with you, always. Oh yeah, what a great stream, what a great show. Somebody just said, no, let's keep the chat going all day long. If you want to keep the chat going all day long, go join the Discord. We got people talking all day long in there, okay? So I appreciate all you guys. This was an insane stream. Like, cannot emphasize that enough. I appreciate it. But yeah, watch out for a stream in 4 hours for the Acolyte Episode 5. Let's watch it together as a community. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, great rest of your lives. And good night, everybody. Oh, wait. Don't leave. Hang on. Wait, pause. We got a poll to end here. This poll, by the way, says, who do you think's taking the L tonight? And 85% of you guys, with over 140 votes, said the Jedi. And only 14%, by the way, the math is not mathing. 14% of you guys said Darth Zipperface. Okay, now, with that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your evening. A great rest of your lives. And good night, everybody.